Oh, look at this Hasbro Roadbuster. It still looks like shit. Right.
No, it doesn't.
SCU. You are now listening to Shoutouts Uncut. Prepare to be shattered with your hosts, Matt Baldwin, Skullface, Greg for Mercy, Oscar NJ Boy, T2RX6, Mega A1. Welcome to Shattered Cast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Shattered Cast Uncut, the #1 Transformers podcast ever. This is episode 26. We're 26 years old. We have our bachelor's degree and are working part-time over at the local Outback Steakhouse. And my God, we just had a heart attack scare because we ate 3 bloomin' onions in a row. I'm your host, Oscar Alonso. And as always, the Sinister Six are right behind me, coming up on the rear. But first and foremost, I have to give this intro proper due, proper respect, because you know who he is. He's that man with the deep, dark bass tone in his voice. His ass is the one you see crawling out of your mama, sisters, or even wife's or girlfriend's window because odds are he snuck in, tagged it, and quit it, and hid it. You know the deal. He's the guy that whenever he talks, they're like, holy shit, it's like Barry Manilow. And it's like, goddamn right. He is everyone's favorite boy toy. The one, the only, Mr. Mega A1. Antoine is back. Yeah!
What's going on, people? The
there he is.
Back.
So how was jail? Had to ask. Racism. Hashtag doing it.
Mega, when'd you get out?
I got out.
I got locked up for choking a Cuban motherfucker.
Why didn't you give us an address, man? We could have sent you some commissary.
Okay.
We're starting a Kickstarter for Mega's commissary.
Be sure to look us up on Kickstarter under I Need Money. But no, it's nice to have you back, Antoine, as always. He's our news hound. Even when he was on his hiatus, he went ahead and still supplied us with plenty of news.
Very true.
Because he is an amazing son of a bitch, and I am okay with you banging my mom. All right?
What the hell?
So, of course, you heard the rumors. Yes, I am married, hitched, rocking a ring, and it's really weird. So, as always, joining me as other members of the Sinister Six, everyone's favorite internet troll, the guy that creeps up behind you, rubs your back, and whispers in your ear, you're still a bitch. Mr. Greg for Mercy.
You're still a bitch.
Charm.
Hey, I got Scoria.
Yeah.
We're not there yet.
That's true.
I know. I'm just fixing. I'm gonna mention.
Speaking about a guy whose sister is known for saying "I'm not there yet" when he's standing behind Greg, is everyone's favorite up-and-coming YouTube reviewer, your friend and mine, Mr. Skullface.
Good evening, everyone. The Fans Toys CEO Leon is on YouTube, so if you haven't listened to that or checked out our interview with the Fans Toys CEO, go to our YouTube and the video is on there. It's real quick, 6-7 minutes.
I just want to cut in real quick about that. It's hit almost 200 views in 24 hours, so you guys are fucking awesome. Thanks for the love.
We love you guys so much, and that's why we're amazing, because of you. And speaking of amazing, he's everyone's favorite Hasbro fanboy. He'll creep into your bedroom late at night and put a CD in your CD player and keep it on repeat as it slowly says, "Hail Hasbro, Hail Hasbro, Hail Hasbro." He's everyone's favorite creamy legend, the one, the only, Mr. Deluxe, Matthew Baldwin. How you doing, Matthew?
Hey, guys. How you doing? Yeah, I've seen the movie 3 times. Hail Hasbro.
And not joining us tonight, unfortunately, is our most reputable reviewer, the guy whose reputability takes a dive every time he appears on an episode, so he's saving himself a little bit of embarrassment. Mr. T2RX6 Justin, who is not joining us tonight. We love you, though, because you're still showing love for the podcast. Yep. So, gentlemen, anybody get anything?
Greg, go ahead, buddy. Let me feel that love.
Yeah, I got the Scoria.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just got sidetracked with something real quick. And I think that's it.
That's what you need. Do you love it?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Haven't had much of a chance to play with it because I've been running some errands and had to organize some things, and I'm not allowed to play with toys on the podcast anymore. But
who said that?
I did.
It was that Warbitron, that heavy noise, man.
No, it's not just that one. Every fucking time we record, it's a mail day for Greg.
I thought it was Warden.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that the other day. I got a new tagline for our podcast. Everyone listening, you ready for it? Shattered Cast Uncut. Better quality than Warbotron. Is that too low? Is that too low?
No.
Too soon? I'm sorry.
I'm
No,
holding out
bro.
hope. I'm
Too
holding
soon.
out hope. But yeah, Greg. So every time we record an episode, Greg, it's a mail day for Greg. So like,
Are you just hating because you don't get the
I am.
stuff
I
I
think
do?
that
Is
sounds
only,
hating.
only
That sounds
partially.
that all it is?
Only partially. But in the background, like I'm not getting any of the opinion that I want to hear. But in the background, I just hear
Oh,
clicks and ratchets.
That was
Clicks and
weird.
ratchets.
If
I
you
remember he was
paid
messing with
attention
Lord.
last week and you heard me yelling fuck and shit and grunting and all that, you got all the opinion you needed about that fucking Warbotron figure.
God. Oh, the hate is strong in this bitch.
Well.
I got nothing. I think I got I got
That's why you're hating.
I got Warbotron Brawl. See, hear that? I got Warbotron Brawl as well. There's no ratchets on him. But
Is that Optimus?
but I like him. He is fragile. You know, you can't
That was Antoine.
really muck about with it, but I do like my Brawl. And I think I got some Legends too. Oh, I got a G.I. Joe. I had 2 out of the 3 Marauders, the Sergeant Slaughter's Marauders, and I was like, oh my god, I got outbid on one of them. You know, and I was like, how the fuck did this, somebody must have just been like, no, fuck that. I'm getting that bearded guy, regardless. Yeah, you know, the other
It's
two,
I
weird.
say with his face. I do not like it.
You know,
Yes.
the Native American guy and the fucking ex-Viper, you know, take him or leave him. But that bearded guy is coming home.
You Native American guy, you mean Nightwolf's dad? Fuck.
And then, so I got him, and then I got a couple Legends. But I don't remember. I got Darkness. I don't know if you guys. I'm like a big Darkness fan, but I mean, I get how people could hate that whole world of comics, but I'm a fan. So.
You mean like Eddie Murphy's brother?
no.
Rick James.
Jackie Estacado. Not a big deal. So,
My turn?
who else? Go ahead, Matt.
Uh,
Don't talk about all that shit you got last week. You got to.
Yeah, don't talk
No,
about.
no.
All right, let's stay for the record. Matt posted a photo of his haul from his BBTS haul loot, which I looked at it. The wife looked at it. I sent the photo to my brother, and he goes, "Dude, did you max out your credit card?" I'm like, no, that's not mine, bro. That's someone else. He's like, "Oh, thank God, almost got disowned."
Right.
So
I should kid a picture of that, and I was like, next time you think I have a problem, I want you to look at this picture.
look at this.
That's the size of our chair.
No, I won't say anything. I did pick up Hound and Galvatron. I love Hound.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Awesome fucking guns everywhere. Galvatron is a lot better than I thought he would. I mean, I'm just saying, the backpack is not bad on it. I mean, it lays flat to it.
Man.
Hold on. For the record, the opinions stated on Shattered Cast Uncut are not those of everybody. Whoever is saying it, that's their opinion and no one else's. No one else on this podcast
My
likes
opinion
Galvatron.
is
Only
awesome.
Matt.
Matt, you are a delight.
You are, dude. You are such a racist.
I was pleasantly surprised. I went all around looking for these 2 fuckers, and I found one. I found them both.
Yeah, they
two
knocked out
different-
2 kids for him, didn't you? Yes.
Yeah, 2 different Toys R Us. I found them and everything. And I got Marvel Select Green Goblin. And that's all I got this week.
That was cool.
Yeah,
But,
he's really nice. I like
You know
him.
they make a bad figure when my wife picks up the box for Galvatron. She goes, "Hey, babe." I'm like, "What? Why does this Transformer have a vagina in his chest?" I tell her because Optimus Prime needs to fuck something if it's not a couch. So there you go.
Have you figured out the Nemesis Huffer mode?
The
Where
Nemesis-
basically for the Galvatron, you just take that backpack, uncollapse it, and it'll rest right up on his shoulders, and he looks like Nemesis Huffer. It was actually pretty rad.
Oh, no, I mean,
Oh, another use for that figure besides a paperweight. That's wonderful. How about
Hey,
you,
man.
Anton? You get anything?
Yeah, I got the Voyager Hound.
yes.
He
He likes them too.
Yeah.
He likes them
We're
too.
friends again. I don't have to.
I got the what's that? The one step lockdown figure.
Oh, why? Why
I don't
are you that?
I don't know.
Come on,
Y'all-
brother. You can't. Okay, you cannot stand there and talk about how expensive shit is if you're willing to piss away money. on a fucking quick change lockdown figure.
Next time that you want to buy a quick change figure, just buy us another batch of fucking business cards instead.
Yeah.
Hey, okay.
Save up the money you would pay for those quick change figures and just go to a strip club and just let go.
Yeah.
Just let go.
Hey, you live in Baltimore, man. I hear heroin's fun.
Yeah.
That's about the same price as a quick change lockdown, right?
And heroin and we have heroin and strippers, so Baltimore's got both best of both worlds.
Antoine, I'm behind you, man.
Did you get anything else, buddy, besides the quick step in the
Yeah, I got the Legends Tailgate and Cosmo.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's not
Very cool. All right. Very cool. How about you, Oh, right. Okay. Sorry. That was the first I have it. Here's what I got this week. I got my iGear Raptor set. I got the Starscream, Thundercracker, and Skywarp. Starscream, I was telling Skullface before we went on the air. Kind of blows. The other two guys, fucking amazing. I also got a Legends class Shrapnel, which is a pretty sweet little figure. I really like him a lot. So I'm waiting for my double hand cannon bombshell to come out any day. And also, I went to Ocala Comic-Con this past weekend here in Ocala. And not only did I sit there and lose about 10 pounds waiting to fucking get in online, I also bought my first Gundam model kit, which made me lose my shit Saturday. And in the end, this fucker's big. He's sweet looking, and he kind of looks like one of the nice Cybertron that, changed drift from a Decepticon to an Autobot. But the most amazing win at the Ocala Comic-Con was this guy. I won leader class Sentinel Prime on a fucking little trivia thing. Nice. So, he is one back-heavy piece of shit.
Yeah.
I heard you also picked up a wedding ring and a Cuban polo shirt this weekend, or this past week, rather.
Guadalajara, you racist shit. Cuba,
I like how he puts the accent on it. It's like those people that host the Oscars, and they're like, and walking down the red carpet now, we have Brad Pitt, and isn't he looking great in his tux by Dolce and Gabbana? And and look, there's Angelina Jolie, and she's dressed and here comes Antonio de Banderas.
Aquí viene Antonio Banderas, está un poquito de hace pullover de Tommy Hilfiger. Yeah. Basically how they do it in the Spanish channels here at Univision. Hey, but the iGear Raptors blow the classics out of the water. Like, I'm selling my classic set with the exception of Thundercracker because I got my shrine going. But they are literally a head shorter than your MP Seekers they got out now, like your Acid Storm and Thundercracker. They're amazing figures. I don't like the hands because they're open. I wish they were closed. Or at least they have a hinge where you could have the option.
Right.
But other than that, they are amazing.
Well, shout out
Bobby, take note of that.
Yeah, you take it easy because I'm on the fence. Shout out to Ben at Fear Corpse on Twitter. He's been pushing me. He's a big listener supporter of the show, but he's been pushing me to get those fucking out. He got his set. I don't know if he got the whole set or he just got Starscream, and he actually loves his Starscream, so he's been pushing me to get the whole set too. And I told him, I was like, just send me your contact information so I can have my wife take out any fucking financial rage on you. And although he's a big fan of the show, he did throw Oscar right the fuck under the bus and said, no, man, blame Oscar. Like, and tell him
what a piece of shit. Fuck you. You are a piece of garbage. I hate you like I hate muted porn. Which I have to state for the record was really funny because some of you guys know we have this private chat we do on Facebook. The shit's like at least over 4,000 entries by now, especially when, Matt's arguing with Justin or Greg about something. But the other day, totally was checking out some porn, and then the funniest thing happened. I get a private message notification from our thread, and it's Greg Sullivan with a thumbs up. Instantly moved fast and screenshot it, and then shared it with everyone else. It just was funny to me.
It was pretty funny, actually. I didn't think you were actually watching that, but
it was. Yeah, it's called Just One Night. Whatever.
Knowing is half the battle. I don't know how all those guys got in the back of that VW bug, but whatever. I'm not going to ask any questions. You're into what you're into.
See what
happens?
So were they. Fucking with a toy the whole night.
Especially a Hasbro Leader Class Sentinel Prime that doesn't transform correctly. What the fuck? You let me know to look up a certain reviewer's 40-minute video on that same figure just so I can learn to transform it correctly.
Hey, you got Cosmos yet?
No.
Get it.
He's good.
Cosmos. I don't need a fat Irish fucking.
Get Cosmos. I'm gonna punch you in the taint.
Always with the taint with that guy.
That's his favorite spot to lick, Gregor.
Yeah, it is.
When he slobs you down, bro, he's got to go for the taint. Oh my, you haven't bathed yet. This is great.
All right.
But moving on to some news and topics. Shoutouts 2015 canceled.
Yeah, that sucks, doesn't it?
This is North Carolina, right?
See, Shoutouts.
I don't understand. Why is that funny? I heard nothing but good things about that.
I know.
Oh, I'm just laughing because one guy made a promo for it that intern started this ball of shit that went downhill, and I shit all over a former network I was affiliated with that my show The Ozone was on, and that guy caught an ass load of rage because he called my promo I did for the Comic-Con here in Ocala, I quote, subpar. The animation was okay, and bottom line, if I would have helped them, it would have been 100 times better. Fuck you. You're far from professional. Go e-beg somewhere, bro. You're not fooling anybody.
Well, the thing is
he passed his curse on to Shoutouts.
I was listening to RFC like a month ago, and they had a guy on there. Like after Shoutouts last year, they teamed up with some other podcast or something. I can't really make sense of it, but like they had another guy on there. And they were talking about it, and like the guy was like, "Oh, well, Shoutouts canceled for next year," and they were like, "What?" And he's like, "I'm not sure if I should have said that or not. Let's move along to the next topic."
Danger.
And I guess he let the cat out of the bag, and it's sad, dude. It sucks because like that show looked promising. I don't know why it failed. I think
promos apparently.
I think they were trying to. I think they were really trying to get people to like. I don't know if this is true, so feel free to correct me, anybody that's listening. Just don't be a fucking dick about it, okay? Because Oscar is hard to control his fucking rage. But I think that they were trying to get people to like pay into like a club kind of a thing, and it came with all sorts of benefits, getting into the show and exclusives and all that kind of stuff. But I think it's I'm not sure why they needed to do that. But
they got too big for their britches, dude, and it backfired.
But I don't know if that's the case, But I for some reason, something about that is sticking out to me. But whatever. I hope they can recover and maybe start something else, or because I know that's a shit ton of work. I looked into getting one started here in the Mid Atlantic area, and the dealers are on board around here, like. I got a lot of contacts, and everybody seemed up for it, but just the
heroin dealers,
right?
Well, I got a news source right now. Hold on, we're gonna find out right now what happened with Shoutouts. You ready? Be quiet, everyone. There you go.
Sentinel Prime betrayed Shoutouts. There you have it, folks.
But
I am the world's greatest detective.
But it sucks for those guys that are throwing the show, because I know it's.
It really does. All jokes aside, with crappy promos and all that stuff. I'm sure these guys were really great guys, and it really sucks that they have to do that.
Right.
You had a lot of people look. Yeah, you had a lot of people looking forward to it.
Yeah,
and now they're not going to give it a partake.
These little things start off small. Because, like I said, I have one here, in Little Rock. It's called Little Rock Comic-Con, and we've had it for the past, I think, 4 or 5 years. And this year, it hit over almost 1,000 people. So, the longer you go, the fans really, they grasp onto it because we don't have a lot of stuff around here like that, so they're getting bigger and bigger every year, and it just sucks for the fans that say, hey, this was a pretty good con. I'm sure it was, and it just sucks that they don't get to go, not have to depend on other bigger ones.
Well, it's like here in Ocala, we didn't have our own Comic-Con worth a damn. Like we had all the other ones all over Florida, from freaking the Jacksonville area all the way down to the Miami area, and when Ocala did theirs last year, it was a pretty good hit. This year, if anything, it proved that Ocala Comic-Con has outgrown the biggest convention area they have in this town, which is a Hilton Hotel.
Yeah.
I mean, that line wrapped past the main lobby doors, went up this hallway, came down, went back up and down the other side of the hallway, past the bathrooms and all that stuff. I mean, the body heat was intense, but the thing was, it stunk to high hell, dude.
They started off in a hotel too, and then they moved into a convention hall this year, and that's it got more people, and there was a lot of people. I mean, I've never seen one that big around this area in a while. So,
well, the Baltimore Comic Con here was it's still really good, and I advise anyone that's in the Mid Atlantic area, it's definitely worth going to. But like it used to be like our best kept secret, like nobody knew about it. We would get a couple hundred people a year, but we'd bring in big names like Jim Lee and like what I mean, like big time guys would show up to this thing. But nobody knew about it. And now, like, the cat's out of the bag, and we get a couple thousand people. But the nice thing about it is the people that run it are, like, anti-Hollywood. So, like Hollywood people are always trying to get into conventions now, especially with what's going on in the movie industry. And, like, they make them wait outside. Like, they're not even allowed into the hall. So,
really?
like, all the Hollywood people are, like, standing outside the convention with their posters and their, flyers and all that for their upcoming films and all that shit. But, like, once you get into the hall, it's all about the culture and the books and the, you know what I mean? Like, it's
that's good. That's what it's supposed to be.
Yep.
Should have checked out Fox
awesome.
Movies' brand new film, Wolverine, Days of Future Past. I mean, X-Men.
Yep.
Days of Future Past. Yeah, X-Men.
Yep. And they because, like, when I went to San Diego Comic-Con, like, I highly recommend it for any fan.
Oh,
like,
God, I want to go there.
It's like a benchmark in your life to say I went, but like that thing was fucking Hollywood as fuck. Like there's a 747 sitting in the middle of the fucking like dealer room for Snakes.
Yeah, I heard it's gotten out of hand. There's too much promotion for all the movies and shit. They don't even have enough.
It was like one big ad for Hollywood.
Yeah. I mean, do they sell stuff there?
Oh yeah. But I mean, you just gotta walk around the.
They do really shitty ass set of Transformers being debuted there this year. I'm sure you can't wait, Matthew.
I don't think those Dinobots are hateful, personally.
I like the Dinobots.
The rock and roll set they can shove up their ass.
Yeah, they show some more pictures of those. They're looking really fugly.
And speaking of conventions, unfortunately Shoutouts not here, but what convention is still going to be going on this year, pre-registration for it expires on Monday, is tf-expo 2014. You guys need to check them out at tf-expo.com, tf-expo. And also we had a chance to sit down with Phil, who's actually the guy who helped create that awesome con. And let's go ahead and check it out, guys.
What's up, everybody? Tonight we have a special guest, Mr. Phil Searle, host of TF Expo in Kansas, and they have a show coming up August 1st through 3rd of this year. They got some big names on the board. It's a pretty big deal out in the Midwest. I never go that far into those sorts of states, but he is here, and he is here to talk to us. Now, I've heard that the easier a state is to draw, the harder it is to live there. Is that true?
Yeah, I think so. With Kansas, it's just a rectangle. Take a bite out of it, and you've got Kansas pretty much. So
right. So, talk to us a bit about the guests you got coming up.
Well, we've got Neil Ross coming in for TF Expo this year. Very excited about that. Of course, Neil is the voice of Generation 1 Springer, Slag, Hook, Bone Crusher, Six Shot, also known for Voltron, where he was the voice of Keith and Pidge. Nice. Has done G.I. Joe, where he's the voice of Dusty and Shipwreck. He voiced a pretty good portion of your childhood. That was not voiced by Frank Welker. It was probably voiced by Neil Ross. But yeah, has done a lot of anime and video games in recent years. So we're really excited to bring him in. He will be Saturday at TF Expo, and then Sunday we have Somali Montano coming in, and she of course was the voice of Transformers Prime RC.
Yep,
very cool.
Do you have a? I'm just, I'm familiar with TF Expo. I know you had Greg Berger there last year.
We did, yes, and Gary Chalk the year before that. So.
Yep. So I'm familiar with the show. It's just, it's pretty far. A lot of us are East Coast guys, but
yeah, I understand that.
How long have you been doing it?
Well, this is actually our 4th year. We kind of did just a test show in 2011 just to kind of gauge the interest, and then 2012, like I said, we did Gary Chalk, and then 2013 had Greg Berger in. This year we're actually going full weekend, so we're bringing in 2 voice actor guests.
That's awesome.
So, yeah,
there's actually been a lot of cons falling off the map this past year.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Yeah,
it's Omega Con in Philly, and then Shoutouts now has just announced that they're closing their doors as well. Do you see any potential problems with you guys, or are you guys still going strong? I mean, you're going from 1 day to 2 days, so that sounds like a pretty good sign.
It is, and that's, in a way, that's kind of testing the waters a little bit for us. We'll see how that does. I think, it's the convention landscape is always changing. There's always new cons. There's always cons kind of going away and, going away for a year and coming back. So we're just going to kind of hang in there as long as we can. We're pretty excited about what we've got this year, and it seems like everybody who's been to our show so far really enjoys it. So we're just kind of staying positive and looking forward to the future.
That's awesome. Are you guys breaking into the exclusive game at all?
We actually do have an exclusive this year.
Nice.
It is from BMOG Toys. The names of the characters are Carburetor and Chopor. Carburetor is, of course, a bear. Bear made out of guns. So it's the green version of the BMOG Toys first release. It is very slight color resemblance to a certain green robot that we might be tying into the show somehow with a voice actor. But that's just coincidental.
I got another question for you. Out here on the East Coast, there's a huge void in Transformer conventions. Actually, like all kind of 80s pop culture memorabilia conventions. We got Comic Cons out the ass.
Sure. We're.
But as far as like toy conventions and stuff like that, we don't have a lot of that. And could you give any advice or tell us a bit about your story, how you got started, or what you would tell people that are trying to get a show going, what you would recommend?
Well, the funny thing is that it basically all grew out of Facebook. To be honest with you, I had been online. I'd been on some forums. I'd done a little bit on 2005 and Sabretron and some other sites, and I think our local fandom really kind of exploded when we started a Facebook group, which is Wichita Transformers fans, and we did meetups, and we kind of did swap meets. So there's businesses that have started out of this group. There's all kinds of friendships that have formed out of this group. So we kind of thought, starting in 2011, we're like, well, are we at the level yet where we could actually try to do a convention here in town? So that's kind of where it all started. It was going to be, let's just do a big swap meet, and then it's kind of like, well, let's take it one step further and make a convention. So
there's a lot that goes into cons that I don't think people realize. Just logistically.
Yeah.
But how much of a pain in the ass is it to kind of coordinate? And I don't know if you guys have like all the unions like out there that we have out here, but when I started looking into doing a con, like just getting the unions on board was like a big deal. Like who's going to clean the venue, who's going to clean up the chairs, set the tables, all that kind of stuff. Were there any challenges like that? And as far as like take into account like restaurants for people to eat at and lodging and all that sort of thing, was any of that like a logistical nightmare, or did it all kind of fall in place?
I guess we've been pretty lucky in that regard. I haven't really run into those specific issues. We kind of lucked out with our venue that it's basically the busiest intersection in Wichita. There's all kinds of eating places around there.
Nice.
And as far as unions or anything like that, we haven't really run into that. The hotel themselves have kind of taken care of a lot of that kind of stuff for us, and we haven't really run into those kind of logistical issues, I guess. I mean, there's always challenges promoting it and everything, so it's not easy, but it's I guess those specific type of issues I haven't really run into personally.
That's cool. Let me get to the down and dirty. What's your average turnout?
Average turnout last year I think we probably did close to 200, which we're kind of a smaller show, but I'm thinking it's going to grow quite a bit this year with the full weekend show. What I kept hearing last year was, it's like, well, do you want to come to our show? Well, it's only a one-day show, so it's not worth it for me to travel. But so that was kind of part of the reason to go ahead and bite the bullet on 2 days, or actually the full 3 days, Friday through Sunday is what we're doing this year. So
okay. And how many dealers do you usually expect?
Dealers, we had, what did we have, about 20 last year, and I think we're going to have close to that this year. By the time all's said and done, I think we've got at least 15 on board, and people are still signing up. So nice.
Very cool.
Do you have any panels?
We do. We're going to do actually Trent Troop is going to do a BMOG product panel for us, so we're pretty excited about that. We've got a video reviewer named Caked Up who is doing a panel on video reviews. Of course, we'll be doing voice actor panels with Neil Ross and Sumali Montano on their respective days, Saturday and Sunday. And then we've got a local comedy team called Beard and Bean who are going to be here entertaining our guests. So it's should be a pretty entertaining weekend. We've also, one other thing I want to mention, we're actually going to do a custom workshop here at our show. There is a customizer named Javaco who has been kind of designing and selling on Shapeways, but he's actually produced a couple exclusive pieces for us, and we're gonna get some pictures of those out here in the next couple days. But we're pretty excited about those, and people will have the opportunity to buy the kits at the show, and then we're going to have a workshop set up where they can assemble them. So we'll be doing that as well.
Also,
take that, BotCon.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's no $500 sets here. That's
Right.
for sure.
yeah.
And I understand that registration is crunch time for registration. Is that true?
It is actually. This is the last week for registration. Monday, July 6th is actually our registration deadline. So please, if you're thinking about coming to TF Expo, be registered by by midnight on Monday.
And how can they register?
That is at tf-expo.com, our website. Just go to the registration link, and it's all pretty self-explanatory. It breaks down the packages for you, and that will get you taken care of.
Cool. We'll put a link here in the description to try to mainline things a little bit.
Yeah, that would be great.
Is there anything else that you would like to tell people that are coming, or that are interested in coming, or maybe on the fence?
Well,
This is your moment to sell it.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, this is the year we're stepping it up. I think we're trying to appeal to, multi generations of fans with the voice actors. I think with the BMOG toy, I think that's something that, it works with multiple toy lines, obviously Ninja Turtles and He-Man, everything else. But it will work with your Generation 1 Transformers. It'll work with your Generations Transformers, your movie Transformers, whatever. So we're really just kind of trying to cover every base possible. Of course, in our dealer room, we're going to have whatever the scope of what the dealers bring, which is going to be vintage Generation 1 toys. It'll be newer toys, Japanese toys, everything.
Is there anything outside of Transformers that that are usually found at the tables, or is it pretty much just exclusively Transformers?
It's mostly Transformers, but of course it's open to whatever the dealers want to bring. We don't really put any kind of restrictions on the content of their tables, and I'm sure we'll have some that try to bring some other Japanese toys and stuff like that. So,
right.
Yeah.
Any artist alley type of play, like any artists coming or anything like that?
We don't have any comic artists this year, but we do have a lot of local art vendors, a lot of your print sellers and that kind of thing. They're going to be there. Actually having a lot more of those come than I anticipated. So
awesome.
You'll have opportunities to buy a lot of art at our show.
That's great. So anyway, thanks for coming out tonight, Phil Curl, and talking to us about TF Expo and giving us a little behind-the-scenes look at what's going on. Registration ends, you said, Monday?
Monday at midnight.
That's for TF Expo in Wichita, Kansas, August 1st through 3rd. Sounds like it's going to be a good show with some good personalities there, some celebrities, and some exclusives and everything that a con should have. So thanks for coming out, and if there's anything else you want to say, you can say it, and otherwise we'll talk to you another time.
Okay, yeah. Well, definitely we're looking forward to seeing everybody at TF Expo 2014, and hope you guys can make it out.
Awesome.
All right.
Speaking of exclusives, weird exclusives with funny names and funny quotes, TFCon has revealed an exclusive. It's the Shafter.
Moist.
Who is this character?
Is he a micro guy or something?
I thought it was, but his name's Erector. So, the only guy I know that reminds me of this mold, or this appearance anyway.
Is that who his actor is, Erector?
I think he's, yeah.
Does anybody know for sure?
I thought they were having a separate. I heard they had a separate Erector custom or exclusive this year too. Like they were two separate things.
I think they are having two things, but I don't think Erector.
Well, I'm looking it up right now.
Seriously, you call a character Shafter, and then its quote is, "The things I've seen, it's big, bigger than Matrix." It doesn't get any more innuendo than that.
I haven't got this figure. Like I have both of them pre-ordered or bought, but they.
I have it right here. It's apparently what it would look like if Richard Roundtree was a robot.
No way.
No, I'm just making that shit up. That's why he's just white.
I don't know what this. I don't know who Shafter is. Like, someone will probably tell me in the comments. I don't.
Yeah,
know.
we're sure somebody will tell us in the comics, a certain individual. But we'll move on.
Shafter is like a approximation of a real name. So all we gotta do is get Batman on it, and he'll run it through the back computer, and he'll get back to us later.
And he'll come up with justice.
I'm trying.
He's really chromy. That's Yeah.
They did. I know they did the eye gear one. Shafter is a fictional character created by. Let me see this real quick. Shafter is a
Shafter is
homage
a-
to Transformers Autobot Erector.
Oh well.
Told you.
Huh.
Damn, I know that.
So who?
I am good.
And Erector's not from G1, is he?
He is. He's
No,
a
After.
he's the micro ones. The
micro
not
master. He's
yeah,
the one
Micro
everyone made
Masters.
fun of. He came with a crane. and
Oh,
all
that's
that
right.
shit.
That's right.
remember a couple years ago in
Yeah,
BotCon they
Stu
tried
from
to
Stu's
get him in
awesome
the,
Transformer reviews. It's a running joke. Shout out to
They
Stu.
tried to vote him into the Hall of Fame, and they didn't want him in there because what they were wanting him really in there for at BotCon about I think 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
I think they threatened to cancel the Hall of Fame thing or something. They're like,
Yeah.
"Go do it again."
Yeah. So that's he's just he's just a running joke, and I guess this is
I would have rather seen something else. Am I the only one? I don't know.
I think Greg, don't you have him? Do you have the original one, Greg?
No. I just know of the lore. But I mean, last year, what they do? Those GoBot repaints of UFO and
Hench.
oh, what was it? Hench, yeah.
Yeah.
The GoBits.
Yep.
Which I heard sold for like $40 right off the convention floor as soon as people got them in their hands. So I mean, it's not about experience, it's about the experience. TFCon's about brotherhood and hanging
Right,
out
that's
and
true.
getting.
I just hope they have
Now-
something better for the Chicago.
I don't know. I
Well, hopefully you guys will get something better out there in Chicago because
Yeah.
this is ridiculous. This is ugly.
Yeah, Rector. He actually looks like Scoop.
yeah. I don't know. It's just not for me. There's plenty of other third-party stuff. I'm sure they could have repainted into some fucking G1 homage. That's just like I don't even feel like. I feel like this is a stretch. Like I don't know.
It's not a stretch. It's a
That's
fail.
not with
That's what it
KFC,
is.
not some tapes.
Yeah.
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 Shout out to Dub K Toys real quick. No, I'm just kidding.
Shut
You know I love
up.
us. That
Yeah.
motherfucker.
I don't know. But
Yeah, no.
is anybody Antoine? What are your thoughts on this Shafter?
Antoine? Buddy? Okay.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
That was not a good Antoine.
No, my bad. Damn, I'm getting back in my corner. Shit.
It's not a Richard Roundtree tribute transformer
Was that Jive talking?
at all.
Did
Hey,
you just Jive?
Not a racist, Matt.
That was almost too much.
Excuse me, stewardess. I speak jive. Moving on.
I love that movie.
Airplane. It doesn't get any better than that. So, moving on past that train wreck. Mastermind's creation, Nova Prime. I'm really excited for this one. This guy looks amazing, and he is about, from what I see on one photo, he's got to be shorter than Hexatron.
Yeah.
So we're looking at maybe MM's, like one of the Predacon size figures,
Yeah.
which is really, really sweet. Got a bit of a backpack already, but it's not really sinful.
No.
I'm looking forward to this guy.
I like the head
And
sculpt.
I kind of wish he was as big as Hexatron, but at the same time, I don't really need a masterpiece Nova Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of got a little bit of an hourglass figure going on, but
Badum.
you know what I mean?
If I'm gonna fuck a toy, he's gotta be a prime,
It's almost a bit much, but it's definitely
If I'm gonna drill a hole in between the crotch legs of a figure, it better be a fucking prime.
Well,
big,
he looks kind of fatty. He's got a fat,
Well, he is.
fat ass.
Yeah, he is Nemesis Prime. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
hips,
well, there's
nobody,
I like the-
nothing.
I like the head
You don't
sculpt.
get it at all.
I guess not.
Fuck
There's,
y'all.
There's my laugh. So
there's one thing I do know about him, and that's that they don't lie. And
Yep.
that's about the extent of my knowledge.
But this guy is looking really, really fierce. I'm really liking this. And I think he's going to be a great addition to my MMC shrine I'm building after I buy RC from them and her sexy lesbo lovers.
Yeah.
What do y'all think the color is going to be on him?
Oh, it's probably going to be like it's
white,
like white,
gray,
gold,
and
black.
White gold? Okay. I do
White
like I like the head sculpt on this one. It looks really nice.
Right on. Very cool.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
God damn it.
It's not your average everyday prime, like where the antennas would stick up. He looks about to be half the size of Hexatron, actually.
He
Well,
might come up to his chest or a little.
I'm guessing.
But,
I'm
Almost his head.
guessing that
It's
you're
like-
spot on. He's going to be about the Predacon size.
Yeah, so I mean, it's still going to be a nice addition to your collection, and you know.
And for people who care about this figure, I mean, this is the IDW Nova Prime, also known as the IDW Nemesis Prime. So he's going to have a substantial wing pack as well. So
Right.
I mean, you're going to get your money's worth in plastic. This guy. It looks like he's got articulated fingers. I mean, that's pretty good.
And maybe he won't cost $200 fucking.
Oof.
So-
I don't know if he gets some wings. He may be close to that.
But it'll be a
So-
value investment.
What did you say one time, Bob? On another show, would you rather spend $120 good dollars or $70 shitty dollars?
Yep. Would you rather
Same
spend?
I understand that. I'm understanding. I may be on board for this one. I may get him. I don't have a Nova Prime at all. So.
You know what I like? If you go to picture, God damn it, I can't see because all the fucking links. If you go to this Nova Prime, if you look at picture 3, like if you look at like where the butterfly joint is, like it's like is it just me or is that like gears and pistons and shit inside the
Hold on,
chest?
get back there.
Oh, is
is
that
that-
where he's showing the
I see what you're
Matrix?
talking about.
It's like a side picture of him.
Yeah, it looks like he's got like little round gears.
You got the
and
Dead
stuff, so.
Matrix.
Right, of
I
course,
think
from the
I
Dead
think
Universe.
this was the Dead Matrix.
Yeah. But yeah, that does look like a lot. Go ahead, Greg.
The dead
No,
Matrix.
I was gonna say actually, if you looked at I think picture 11, that was what I was gonna say after Bobby was it looks like his chest opens up, and then I didn't realize this picture. So that's gonna be like, I mean, because that was the whole thing.
I'm talking about in his armpit.
No, he's talking about the side view. It's the
Third
second picture with all the other ones there, where there's an extreme amount of detail put into what looks like just something that flaps down and inward. It looks amazing.
Two on mine.
You're looking
Yeah,
at
that's picture 2 on mine. Yeah, that I see what you're
picture
talking
2.
about.
yeah.
You said picture 3, so I was looking at picture 3. God damn it.
Well, I think
Yeah, I'm looking at picture 3 too. Hey, that hole in the back, is that where he's going to hold the wings? I guess that's where that is.
Yeah, I'm guessing. I don't know. Is that a whole?
Might be a trailer hitch. Remember,
No, I'm talking about on his back. Oh
On his
yeah, okay.
backpack.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it could be.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think. Yeah, it's a big hole. So
this guy looks friggin' amazing.
Yeah, it looks
That's
like there's a
all I'm
lot of there's a lot of line work in this guy.
There's a lot of details. Yeah, like you said, this chest. It looks like gears are working together or something like that. Looks pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, you know what? If you look at it, because I've actually got Hexatron in my hand right now. If you look at where his backpack and shoulders come up, I think in picture maybe 5, the one that he's beside the Hexatron, like look at that, like the top of his head. I mean, because Hexatron's got some shoulder pads going on. He may be as tall as Hexatron, maybe a little bit shorter. Well, look at it. Look at what I'm saying. Look at what I'm saying. Well, you don't. Let me see.
It looks like he comes up to like about maybe the bottom of Hexatron's chest.
I don't know though, because I'm looking at that. I'm looking at the hip. I'm looking at that black hip joint, and I'm looking over, and that looks like it's hitting right about center of.
Wait, isn't that?
If you look
isn't
at
that Hexatron in one of the pics to the left of one?
Yeah. If you look at
That's
that
what I'm
picture,
looking at, yeah.
if you look at pic 4, it looks like the top of his crest goes right above the pelvis of Hexatron.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to look at all the pictures. I'm on my phone, so I don't have
that sucks.
the benefit. Pick
Yeah,
4 for a picture of his mighty crotch.
Oh, that's pic 5.
Five.
That's so weird.
Tina, the power.
Yeah, so he's not as tall as Hexatron, but he's a good size.
How big he is.
He'll probably be like a head taller than Orion, which is perfect.
He looks good.
So yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He looks amazing. I'm really looking forward to this guy.
They make a good product, man.
They fucking do. God damn. The people that sit there and say, "Oh, those Mastermind Creations Predacons are so complex." God forbid, folding a leg over the back of a thigh is just mind-blowingly difficult.
I get more pissed off at the people that are in the groups like, how come I've got 2 members of Orbitron already and I've only got 3 of Feral Rex, and that was announced this many months ago, and you know what? Actually, I should have Orbitron by now too. It's going to be September where I have my figure. 3 more months. And I'm like, look at the fucking MMC figures. Yeah, they take a while, but they're solid.
They're flawless.
I could kill a baby with any one of those. I could kill a daycare with the entire combined set. And what would I do with Tron? Sit in the corner and fucking cry because I have to send it back to BBTS and deal with their bullshit fucking a week for a goddamn shipping label telling me my stress marks weren't stress marks. It was where the fucking dye didn't mix with the plastic properly. And it did, and that's not why the hand broke, or that's not the issue. And I'm like, well, why'd it break? They're like, oh, it broke. Oh, okay, whatever.
Well,
Like,
you think we are, TF Source? Get out of here with that shit, bro. 90-day exclusive monopoly. What's up?
TF Source has them now too. If I have any more issues, I'm just gonna get my money back and buy them from them.
I just want to say, I love you, BBTS.
I just want to say TF Source has done me very well in the customer service department. When I had the issues with my fans project Stunticons, I even had a few panels snap on my Big Daddy, the diesel truck, also known as not Motor Masty. Motor Nest.
I heard Big Daddy talking about me.
Damn,
anyway, when I got my head back on right, I had a few panels break on my diesel, and I got with TF Source. I had to pay for shipping, but you know what happened after they shipped me my new one back? I got refunded for my shipping, and wasn't given the fucking runaround like other stores.
Yeah, and
gauntlets full of baby blood. All hail BBTS. So Docket Toys is showing some previews for a new project, which consists of some heads for Scrapper and Hook. And I don't know what these are supposed to go with. Are they making some Constructicon figures, or are they going to?
That's my guess.
Add-ons for your Hercules or your, I don't know, maybe your Maki toys. I mean, I don't. If they make Constructicon figures, that'd be pretty fucking sweet. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking when I saw. I thought they were making more accurate heads for the Hercules figures because, like, because they made those Prime heads and then they put out the full figure. Just to get people interested, and then they put out the Chronos, and so I'm thinking maybe they're going to put out some more heads to keep people interested, and then they're going to put out a new figure. But that's just me.
Yeah, I think these heads look okay, but he's going to have to really fucking floor me to buy another Constructicon set.
I don't know. That Hook's got some pretty kissable lips.
Wait. Did you say buy another set of Constructicons or buy another? Because I'm thinking he's just making better, like more accurate heads for him.
You think?
Yeah.
Well, if he's making these heads for TFCs, then that's pretty cool. But,
yeah, because you think about it, like who's going to make another fucking Devastator at this point? I mean, really.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
And then he already made heads for MP10.
Giggity.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And you know how TFC's heads aren't always the best looking head for whatever reason.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
And then the seed. And then I was looking for my seed. My seed on Shapeways. I got Shapeways to make me a seed.
You did?
Spoilers.
Where is my seed?
Spoilers, the end of Age of Extinction has Shapeways doing the Shapeways with Optimus Shapeways Prime. And then they all Shapeway to the different planet Shapewaytron to find the creators that are in fact Shapeways.
Hey, did Shapeways make those boosters?
And then Linkin Park came on, started playing music, and then they Shapewayed.
And look, I don't
you heard him refer to Stanley Tucci's character as Vangster, right?
Vangster Shapeways?
Yes, of Shapeways. Not the one making Shapeways, but the guy that makes for Shapeways.
Look, I don't want to sound like a nitpicking douche.
You do.
But this Hook head, is it just me, or is the brim of the helmet a little too much?
I don't know, but I want to kiss that motherfucker. Look at them lips. Yeah.
Scrapper's head looks. God, it's terrible.
Scrapper, wow.
Bobby, I'll be honest with you.
These look like goggles.
Scrapper's head looks awesome, though.
I'll be honest with you. These heads look floppy as shit. I'm probably going to cancel my pre-order.
So, Antoine, what are your thoughts on Docket Toys' new project?
Well, I mean, it'll be interesting to see if it's like a masterpiece style, on Devastator or whatever. But I don't know.
Do you think? Let's go down the line. And we're gonna say, do you think it's an upgrade or do you think it's an original figure? Antoine, upgrade or original figure?
For now, probably upgrade.
Greg.
Oh, I definitely think it's gonna be an upgrade.
Oscar.
Upgrade.
Matt.
It's upgrade time.
Okay, so everybody's pretty much leaning towards upgrade.
Yeah.
I mean, if they come out with a whole figure, that'd be crazy.
Well, It's just like I said, the TFC heads are not that spot on usually. So I could see them making. Now, if it does well, he may make his own. I don't know, or they may make their own kind. I don't know, but this looks like an upgrade right now.
Would you say TFC heads are like TFC Predacons?
No, listen. Look,
they just don't. They just don't look right.
They just don't mesh.
I like more of the heads on the Constructicons.
More head.
But it's the aerial bot heads that I really dislike, with the exception of Silver Bowl. But I would love to. I know Justin feels the opposite. I would love to fucking argue that with him on here, but maybe next week.
He's too busy with a girl.
Right. But,
what a fag.
Hey,
how is he going to remain a virgin that way?
I don't know.
Wait, it's Wednesday night. They're going to church.
Oh yeah, that's right. Never mind.
Oh my god, really?
But my thing with this is that with the TFC bit is that the good news is that Streetwise is possibly their most accurate yet.
and yet it's their most accurate, yet their most imposable figure with those arms.
Yeah, the shoulders are much.
Dichotomies. I hate them. You were going to say, Matthew?
I haven't.
No, maybe they're maybe they're getting better. Who knows? Yeah.
I honestly haven't touched my gumball just because you guys are talking about it. Like, I really haven't messed with them at all. He just sits there. Like, with one, it's just going to be the parts or the sum of the holes, the part, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, that's one I just bought just because I want Defensor.
Right.
I don't really care about the individual figures.
I think
that's one that's never going to see bot mode. Not like this Scoria I'm playing with right now.
Yeah, Scoria is awesome.
That's a sexy bitch.
You gotta love it. You gotta love the Transformer fandom. I want to make a little rant about that real quick regarding Scoria. As soon as a few people announced that they had a few quality control issues with their Scoria, it was so quick to see the fans turn on a fucking third-party company. You telling me with all these fucking delays, these motherfuckers released some fucked up toys, and now I gotta fix them using screwdrivers, future polish, fucking. I gotta watch out for fucking springs and ratchets. This is fucking bull. Like, wow, the butthurt was everywhere.
So true.
Hey, actually, real quick, rest in peace, Ratchet. Spoilers. I actually felt right there. I got a little emotional in the theater.
What are you talking about? You can't get anything, dude. That film was about nothing, according to certain online articles that were written by jackasses.
No, that's pretty old.
We're going to get to that later. We're going to get to that. You know what's funny? I was actually looking online to find out what size batteries I need for Scoria, for his weapons. And
circle.
The first thing, yes, they're very good, man. Very good. They're circle.
You are not some sort of stupid American. You're just fat. Good job.
The first thing that came up was the Scoria thread on TFW, and the very first post is like 2 pictures of Scoria from the guy, and it's like, if you have any issues with your Scoria, please contact your retailer. I will have replacements and replacement parts ready. Because I guess maybe he knew that there might be some issues. Ready. And, no one cares about that. The first thing anyone says is, issues? I'm going to have issues with this figure? Like, they don't give a fuck. Like, the post says, like...
They don't give a shit, but they go ahead and make a post offering replacement parts, right? How dare they?
Exactly.
How dare Fans Toys attempt to look out for their customers by offering parts that were easily replaced? Yeah.
And, like, people with fucking fake Photoshop mustaches and shit on Facebook that want to fucking critique and talk shit about a figure that they don't fucking have.
I have to give third party. They are, with especially like Hercules. They had to send out the replacement parts. They've been kind of spot on. Most of them, the big guys. The ones that everybody buys from. They've been really good about hey, we know this shit's happened, but here we're going to do something for you. All that stuff. So I have to give them that.
You got to give it credit to companies like Masterminds Creations, who with my Hexatron, which was a secondhand purchase, from someone who already bought them before, was still willing to sit there and replace the broken pieces on my figure. That's what I like to see. And that's what Fans Toys is doing. But again, the fandom kind of sucks at moments like this because the moment one thing wrong comes out, it's, hey, my fucking card. My penis is small. My scoria is broken. I made out with my sister in front of my dad and he jerked off.
I gotta say, I'll say it flat out. Like, that is the best figure I bought this year.
Yeah, I'd have to almost.
You obviously haven't bought any Age of Extinction Leader class figures, have you?
You obviously haven't bought any Iger Raptors yet, have you?
Well, that's true.
I'm so much better than you, you arrogant little man.
No, I'm proud of myself. I was going to get one of those with my Talon, and I was strong, and I said, I don't need another one. I don't need another one.
Nice.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm trying to convince Bobby to buy all 6 of them.
Yeah,
and
he
then,
is. He's supposed to be my rock.
Well, clearly, his head isn't as good as Descartes Toys. Gay joke.
Well, I know.
Gay?
I know when Bobby's wife kills him for spending all that extra money, I'll be able to pick him up cheap secondhand. So,
I'm just saying right now, dude, Bobby, everyone needs to hear this on podcast. If you were to sell some of your shit, dude, your wife can't say nothing.
That's true.
And you're going to get away with it. And you're going to have some sweet fucking seekers. Okay? You could go ahead. You get rid of your fucking Henkei sets. You sell them for like, $120 a pop, whatever the fuck. If you don't like the guy you're selling it to, $120 a pop. Boom. You got like the first 3 taken care of. And then you go and you sell odds and ends here and there and you buy the fucking Conehead set and then everyone's happy.
Right.
And then you go talk about how much money you made from selling your shit, try to justify it, and they'll be like, why didn't that go into her college fund? Or why didn't you use that to fix the car?
And then you tell her it's about
free money.
You tell her it's about responsibilities.
Right.
And tell her it could be worse. And she'll be like, how could it be worse? And you could tell her I could be an anime fan. And then you get off scot-free.
I'm just waiting for Generations Blitzwing's worth to rocket through the roof. And then I'll sell him.
Yeah. With the Doctor Who add-on set.
Right.
So, speaking about add-on sets that shouldn't be made.
I was just saying the Blitzwing, and then I realized I don't even have him on display. I don't even know where the fuck he is right now. Oh, there he is. He's hanging out with Mumra, so yeah, I feel you.
Right.
So, speaking of things that we are very proud of, and I really hope, wow, okay, this is a waste of fucking plastic. By Techrom Designs, the minifigures, the Space Family, Spaceman, Space Woman, Space Boy, also known as Spike, Carly, and Daniel with his little snowboard. You need all of this garbage. Why?
Yeah, they're not, like, here's my thing. If they were articulated, like, if they were like figures, do you know what I mean? You might be able to get me on them.
Yes.
But like just like they look like game pieces to like a board game. But what you call it? But I will say this: what was the chick's name? Carly.
Carla, I think.
Carla is
Carly.
Carla is working that mom body.
She's a little thick, man. Tickle bitties.
Carla's grown and knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
Carla looking like she's trying to get fisted. What's up?
God damn, man. We're trying to keep it not
always with the extremes.
Fisted, man.
That's what you don't know me, bro. I'm extreme.
Don't be like that.
You can't do a show like Big Dumb Tour Review and fucking be all like, hey, how's it going? Oh, that's great. Yeah.
She's a MILF, man.
Man. Carla, man. How you doing?
I'd hit that and be like, yo, you're on the pill? She's like, yeah. Haha, too late. Glad you are, though. And then leave.
Oscar, what was that you said about at least you're not an anime fan?
The big buddy says hero of Kyrie from Transformers.
Whatever happened to those?
I'm not going to tell you what to do, but it rhymes with Schmortion. Like, you should go down to the Schmortion clinic and think about getting the Schmortion.
Kyrie Ricky, your sex is so great. I know pour out.
What are these for? God.
They're not for anything. They're stupid. They're unnecessary. And I feel bad for Techrom Designs. I'm sure he or she is very talented, but this is something that did not need to be made.
If they were figures and he was doing the whole line, like Chip Chase was coming, like he was doing all of them, I'd be in.
Who the fuck is Chip Chase? God damn it.
He's the cripple kid from G1, you fuckwad.
I said where? I know who he is.
But you know what I mean?
So
This
where?
guy's just trying to pick up the slack from Impossible Toys.
Just to make fun of my cousin's
Whatever happened? Speaking of something that was halfway decent, kind of, sort of. Whatever happened to those exosuit figures? Like, you know, the ones that would have like the.
I never thought that was decent, but the one that went with like Jazz, Follow Cybertron Jazz.
Oh yeah. Is that what it was? Oh yeah, that's right. That's what happened to him. It was bullshit. I was thinking it was. I forgot that came out, that it was just going to be a piece to go on. I was thinking it was going to be a whole separate. No, wasn't there one with the whole separate body, and then like you would put the different figure in it? Maybe I was smoking fucking third party plastic. I don't know, but I seem to remember that from the old days.
Yeah, this is what he was doing. Yeah. This really shitty add-on set, which it's horrible.
That Carla dough.
That
Carly.
God,
have some.
You're talking to me about anime fan Skullface. You're talking about that Carla dough. They made a body pillow with her face on it. You might as well paint a bullseye around that.
She's got more of a body than Marky Mark's daughter in that movie. But
wow.
we're gonna get to that.
Still hit it, bro. Guys about it.
So Bobby, what kind of figure of that would you have liked? Then
look. Look. Just because I can appreciate it doesn't mean. Look, the thing is, if this was like a 3 3/4 Star Wars figure, you know, for that scale, that worked, that didn't look too ridiculous next to a masterpiece, I would get this. I would get all of these. I would get everything that they made, like Doctor, whatever the fuck his name was, the bad guy, the bald guy with the fucking gizmo in his head. Like, I would get all of that. I would get every single one of them. But I'm not going to get. This looks like a board game piece. The board game just hasn't been made yet.
Transformers Chess, man. Or Transformers Monopoly. Oh, they made that too. God damn it.
I am Optimus Prime, and I own Park Avenue.
That's good.
I'll fucking kill you. I mean, justice for sentient beings in blood.
Unless you're my slave.
Yep.
You're my slave, Spike Witwicky. Put on this leather outfit. So, speaking of leather outfits and sexy things, you got well, actually, it's not such a sexy update, but hey, Repro Labels did an update. They got some great labels here for Voyager, Evasion, Optimus Prime, Crosshairs, High Octane, Bumblebee, Voyager, Grimlock, and Scorn and Slug from the movie line, as well as Bumblebee, Goldfire, Igear, Sharkticons, Perfect Effect, Warden. What are your thoughts, people?
Well, like, I'm sure that all these are great stickers, but they're just great stickers for lousy toys, and like, there's so much out.
Oh, whoa! You watch your mouth.
Wait, water lousy? Crazy.
I was gonna say the only set.
No, not for Warden. I'm talking about no. Everybody, calm the fuck down. I'm talking about Crosshairs, High Octane, Bumblebee. All this shit like Scorn.
I've already ordered those fuckers. Shut up.
There's so much that needs rep. I'm glad that the Warden one came out. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But there's so much that needs to get done that that we're all like chomping at the bit for. And then just to see like a Crosshair sticker set come out, it's just like disheartening.
You almost got it right. What you should have said was, it's nice to see that they made sticker sets for all these figures that need them, but they're shitty figures. So who gives a fuck? Yet the one good figure they made stickers for doesn't really even need fucking stickers. So
Sure.
this was kind of the waste. This was kind of a waste of an email. If you ask me.
Who cares about these figures? Who cares about these figures? I care about these figures.
No, you don't.
I think they're amazing.
Matt cares.
I use my Optimus Prime to cut up my cocaine every fucking night.
Scottimus Prime cares.
Yeah,
But I
Scott
myself
Cares enough to
personally-
take them with them to a movie.
cares. All right.
Wish you had half the
That
fucking
pack,
heart
that got that.
The
Got
Igear
that
Sharkticons. Let me see if there's any of these that, because it's not that like I.
Oh, you mean-
I like
you
the
mean,
Quintesson labels.
Those are sweet.
Like that's cool. That's very cool.
Hey, Bobby, you mean Unique Toys? Sharkticons.
Is that
That's
what
the Igear.
I'm looking at the Igear?
No, you mean the Unique Toys Sharkticons?
Okay.
I have them both. I like them both.
There's only one. There's only one set.
That's
and,
not true.
They're made by a company called Unique Toys.
I'm here to tell you.
Never thought you'd hear that come out of my mouth, did you?
Yeah, hey, these days though. And then what's the six? Oh, the 6-gun is the TFC one. It's just like, ugh. I didn't even know people got that.
Oh yeah, I got it. It was called the Razor Hercules set, and I got it and sold it.
Right. Let me see these. Now, I think the Warden ones look pretty cool.
Mm.
Um,
He's good enough for me.
yeah. I mean, I don't have him.
Not yet.
It's true. My dad is like, you know, not to do an A&E biography on me or anything, but like my dad's been retired since '98, and his wife is retiring like in a couple months, and they're going on like this world cruise, right? They're gonna go see Australia. They're going to fucking even places like you're like, hey, why the fuck are you going there? Well, did you win 3rd place in a contest or something like Vietnam and shit like that?
Like Maryland.
Hey, easy. But like one of the things on there that they had is that they're going to is Hong Kong. So like I gave him like the address to Robo Action or Action Robo, whatever the fuck it's called. And I was like, you know, if you could swing by there and check it out. He's like, oh yeah, definitely, I got you. You know, I'll swing by. And I was like, you know, there might be like a thing. I've kind of been on the fence about it. I don't want to pay like the import fees. This Warden, you know, if you're feeling, you know, generous or whatever, you know, pick one up for me.
You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna bring you back a 6-foot Warden made out of purple, green, and yellow plastic. It's gonna be hollow.
Knock off.
And it's not going to turn into a head. It's going to turn into a foot, and it's going to turn into not like a tank. It's going to be like a hot dog cart.
But I'm sure.
And it's going to be Pardon. It's going to be called Pardon.
Pardon me. Pardon me.
I'm sure that all these sticker sets are great. It's just like, you know, like Voyager Evasion Prime just came out, and like we already got a sticker set for this, and I'm like, where the fuck are some of these? You know, where the fuck is my like Toy World sticker sets? You know, for the Throttle Bots.
The whole reason they made those were just because like the figures that kind of sucked, and they figured a lot of people were buying them.
That's a good point.
They were trying to make the most because the movie's hot right now, and they were just trying to make the most for all these stupid people who still think the movie toys are going to be good until they crack the tape and can't get their money back for them.
That's a good point.
And
I withdraw my comment.
But I'll be honest with you, no amount of sticker in the world could save that fucking Crosshairs. You know what I mean? And I would buy that just for my John DiMaggio little setup. Man, I can't even fucking.
I'm fixing to go play with all my movie toys.
In the bathtub. You
Yes.
waterproofed them all, so you can
there's
have the Battle of Chicago and the Battle of fucking Arkansas.
There's a part of me that wants to get some of those Dinobots for myself just to repaint into like try my hand at a custom to repaint and try to sell. But I still can't bring myself to do it. I'm like 15.
You only got to buy 4 of them though.
I'm getting them all because, you know, thug life.
True. There's
I'm a
always Thug Life.
masochist.
They're actually 10 at Walmart sometimes.
Yeah, well, I might pick one up. I might go out tomorrow and pick one up for 10, and then spray paint the fuck out of it, prime it, and paint it, and try to do like.
Yeah, your best bet, no lie, is to get like that really cheap Walmart gray spray paint.
Uh-huh.
It bonds really well with plastic, and you can paint over it very not likely too.
That's cool. I'm a big fan of black primer though. Like I'm a huge fan. Like because if you like leave the lines, it gives it like an animated look without really much effort. But,
Dude, easy with the black. Antoine's back, man. That's for the Cuban jokes you said behind my back, motherfucker.
Yeah, fuck you.
Hey, we get to talk about Hasbro stuff. Yay!
Yes, and we got new images of Roadbuster. You know, not Revolver. Yeah, man. I mean, this guy is looking pretty weak. I mean, I guess if you repaint them a little bit, you can maybe make them look like Braun. You know?
Dude, in alt mode, he looks fucking sweet. I don't give a fuck what you
It
say.
is a nice alt mode, but you don't buy a Transformer for one fucking alt mode, dude. You don't. If you're gonna buy a Transformer for his vehicle mode, go buy the fucking model car. Who says that? Justin says it, I think. I'm speaking for you, Justin. You're welcome.
I don't think the robot looks that bad either. I mean, that's just
He's
I
not
like it.
imposing. He doesn't scream Roadbuster to me, dude. He screams like, "Oh, they probably could have finished me, but they did it."
Yeah, look, I want you to look at that Robuster right now, man. While we're all here,
I am looking at it. I'm fucking jacking off too.
you're looking at it. You're really looking at it.
You're a sick bastard.
Yes.
And when you yes, and when you look,
God, he is masturbating.
when you look, I agree with you. The alt mode looks solid, but look at that head.
It's all
look
scrunched up like he just farted and smelled it. And he was like, "Whoa,
Like
whoa,
you
Taco
think the
Bell."
mouth on that unit looks good. You think the little like the how wide the ear bits are and how kind of like football shaped the head is. Like you like that.
Yes.
Really,
I like it.
Just look at that face. It is.
figure.
Look at that face. It is the same face Robot Springer makes on Radio Free Cybertron when he eats a bad burrito.
It's a good figure to me. I like it.
I love you.
Hey, I will say in mass defense that any Roadbuster figure that Hasbro makes looks like Roadbuster.
What?
I mean, we're not talking about a third party figure here. I mean, if that's what it looks like, that's what it looks like. I really don't mind it. I'm not going to buy it, but I mean, I kind of like it. I mean, I think it looks fine to me.
Of all the things you can do with the Voyager, like it just looks like it. Okay, this is supposedly for their collector's line. It's a Generations figure. So why does it look like it just be a waste of time to own, and then just to look at it transform? It's like
what don't you like about it? What else don't you like about it?
Okay, I don't like the head. I don't like the head sculpt at all. I don't like how the waist is hollowed out. I don't like how skinny the calves are, and I don't like how the wheels are hanging off the forearm.
What is your obsession with fucking legs lately? Are you feeling a little inadequate?
Never skip legs days, bro. Never.
Everybody's skipping leg day, man.
Here's my beef with it, right? I agree with Bobby. The wheels on the forearms, that shit could have been put on a fucking like a fucking swivel or a pin and have it flip around and go inside the goddamn forearm, giving them a more massive, more muscular aesthetic. Not to mention the wheels.
Buy or some dude you were flirting with at Kroger. Like,
I don't go to Kroger, so I don't know what you're talking about. That's right, bro. That's your experience, not mine. Anyways, then there's the wheels that sit behind the fucking legs that just, again, should be able to collapse behind a fucking leg. Like, these are all things that could be done to help them look more neat, more tightly packed, and more appealing, but they just don't do it. Those hands, I bet you right now, those hands don't even fucking, like, rotate at all.
Well, the thing is that, like, you know, they're gonna get a fucking budget, right? And their budget's gonna say you're allowed to have this many pieces, you're allowed to have this many moving pieces, you're allowed to have this many pins, you're allowed to have this many ball joints, you're allowed to have this many swivels, hinges, etc. So they have to work within those guidelines, and I'm sure they did with, you know, I'm sure this is the best they could do within those guidelines, with the exception of the face sculpt. But that being said, like, I'm beyond that. Like, I want more freedom than. I don't want this hollowed out pelvis. This doesn't look. I'll tell you what I do like. I like the chest. The chest looks big, bulky, and orange. It looks like Roadbuster. And I like the big shoulders. Like, I think that if you could chop off his head and chop off the bottom of his legs and chop off from his bicep or from his elbow down, that little strip there across the middle is well done. But that's it.
I'm not saying I want it. I'm just trying to be objective.
I hear you.
I'm just saying. What I'm saying is, you know what, the fans project. I do like it. It's a really good figure, but it's so blocky. I mean, it's really. This just looks a lot smoother. It looks like it's just more. Yeah, it just smooth. It just looks more. You know, I don't know.
But man, I'm not even talking about it in a comparison sense.
No, I'm not. Well, I am. I'm just saying. I'm comparing. Because,
well, if you want to compare, then let's fucking get it on, because this thing can't hold a fucking candle to that fucking fans project thing. I'm trying to hold this thing independently just to give it a fucking fighting chance. Because if you put it in the fucking ring with Revolver, it's fucking done.
What?
Because this looks like a fucking joke. This looks like a play school toy.
It's a block. That's what it's supposed to be. It's
supposed to be a play school toy.
It's their collector's line, Matthew. It's not supposed to be a play school toy.
So which
I'm not saying this is good. This is not as good as Fans Project. I agree with that, but it is not as terrible as everybody's claiming it to be.
I don't know, man.
Which two figures do you have to buy to get the rest of the accessories for it? That's my question.
Fuck that. I could give a fuck. I mean, you know, I wouldn't buy those other two figures because I don't need those other accessories.
Mm-hmm.
Gun is good for me. I'm not an accessory nut. But
I think it's going to be a good purchase. I don't know. I think I'm probably the only one going to get him. Antoine might get him. Justin may, I think, also. But it looks really nice. I mean, it needs a sticker on the front. I know it needs an Autobot symbol.
Well, it's coming with stickers, so that will be covered.
Oh, okay.
You know what you are, Matthew? It just dawned on me. You're like the Ned Flanders of the Transformers franchise, and I love that about you. I think it looks
I just give him
right,
a fair
Pat.
chance. I just give him a fighting chance. I mean, I love the FP one. I bought it, and I'm glad I bought it. It was a good purchase, and I play with it once in a while. But I think for $20-$25, I think this is a good solid purchase for it.
I'm gonna follow Matt up there with saying like I think we're so like fucking hard dick for every third party figure that comes out, and you got to think. I mean, this is a Hasbro toy. It's like you said, it's $20-$25. There's budgetary restrictions, all that. I mean, they're doing they did all right. It's not fucking what was something shitty that came out? It's not fucking
Sentinel Prime?
fucking discs. Yeah, Sentinel Prime. It's not those fucking discs. They're sitting crosshairs. They're sitting fucking Invasion Mode Optimus Prime. This is a fucking Galvatron.
I agree. But that's why I was trying to talk about this thing independently. Because independently, I can look at it objectively and say, I see what they did there. I see I see the effort. Like,
but
it's
independent, you still said if you could take everything away but the chest, it would be a good figure. That's still, I mean.
But that is to me true. No, wait, the thighs look good.
No one wants your opinion, Bobby. This is Matt's.
Look,
this is Matt's
I'm puzzled. Like, you sat there, Bobby, and you were all like, they're given an allowance. They could only use this many pins. You could only have this many moving parts. Like, what the fuck was their allowance on that Crosshairs figure from Age of Extinction?
5.
Holy shit.
It's dollars, not parts.
Except for that drift figure. That figure is the best Edge of Extinction toy ever made. That thing, I'm never selling him. He is awesome with his 2x4 swords.
We need to have an Ask Drift segment.
Yes.
Hi. Coming soon.
That would be phenomenal.
But yeah, like I said, it's a good. It looks like a decent figure. I'm excited for him.
Does he change into a giant car?
Gotta hope so.
Like,
he was supposed to.
I actually really enjoyed that. I know it was cheesy, but that was one of my favorite lines in the movie.
It was. I laughed my ass off at it because A, Ken Watanabe is fucking awesome as an actor, and B, that was totally called for.
Himself.
Yeah.
Sensei.
They also did show pics of Skybot too. But we didn't get that up there. But that's all right. I'm excited for both. I'm excited for both of them. I got
the more Skybite, the less I crave them. To be honest,
this one is. I don't know. I'm getting to a point where because I think Hasbro has really started making some pretty solid Voyagers. It's not about a third party thing to me because I am legitimately excited about Power Glide. It's just that
that Thundercracker,
Bobby. I bet you know what. I guarantee. I'm gonna make a statement right now, Bobby. I guarantee you that if there's nothing else to buy around somewhere and you see him, I bet you pick this guy up.
I can't. I don't know about this one.
I bet you do. I think you will.
You know what? I'll double up. I'll double that up. I'm sure if Bobby sees him at Ross, he'll probably pick him up.
Maybe.
No. If Bobby sees him with his daughter, he's going to be like, hey.
No.
Hey, baby, watch out, Daddy out.
She's got no love.
And then let me borrow it real quick so I can review it.
She's got no love for car bots.
He'll put it in the cart with his kid, and she'll be like, Daddy, does he turn into a dinosaur? He'll be like, no. Why? Then she'll throw it across the aisle.
Yeah,
no.
Right out the window. Yeah.
I'm just saying, we all have that little weakness. We'll walk around the stores, we ain't bought anything for a long time, and we see something new, it'll be like, $20, I might just, get it. I guarantee you'll get that.
To take Bobby's side all of a sudden now out of nowhere to throw you off. When I walk around the store and I see half the shit that's out now, and I have the impulse to buy something, I pull out my phone and I buy something off of Repro Labels.
Wow.
I buy something off. I buy some accessories.
That could happen too.
What were you saying, Antoine?
But
he was saying that Greg's phone was breaking up.
Oh.
Did my phone break up?
Just a little bit. It was good. We're good to go.
Not bad though.
I'm just saying. I could say, people were, happy for the new movie toys, because they ain't seen anything in the stores for a while. So I don't know. I'm just saying, if you see them along the way, you might pick them up.
Here's my other gripe about this guy: the handgun he has. Like, they put it on the wrong hand because it's fucking hollow as fuck on one side. It made me ask did Impossible Toys fucking make this gun? You know, because the picture before him, the gun looks pretty good on one side, but on the other, it's all hollowed out. No detail was put into this, unless they purposely left that one section, that one peg hole there for it to attach to the vehicle.
I hate his face. Like, you remember the end of Step Brothers where he's like,
Oh, yeah.
I just want to hit your face. Like, is there anything I can do about it?
that.
Nope. Just fix your face. Just change your face. That's the only thing you can do.
Look, here's my argument made valid. That gun, right? It pegs on top of the vehicle mode, which makes it look really intimidating. But again, why is one side of it got detailed and the other side's all hollowed out?
They ran out their allowance.
Because your mom. Sorry.
Man, I got nothing to that. I'm gonna suck my own dick out of this.
At least it does look like his tires do fully collapse to give you a little bit of on the calf.
Bobby, I don't think you meant that. Ha ha ha. I don't feel it. I'm not feeling it.
I don't think you. I was like, no, that's going to derail things. But I know a guy who's like, you ever had one of those guys that like he's always got the best. You can't tell him you bought a new car. He's going to tell you that you bought a piece of shit unless he told you what car to get. Like, just that guy. Like whatever. Like, oh man, I just bought these ice cream sandwiches. What kind? Good humor. Weak. That's weak.
Oh, you mean like Matthew? Right.
No, he's the guy behind the weak sandwich. Anyway, we used to always
Bluebell, motherfucker, Thug Life, Arkansas.
We used to always joke about him going into a haunted house and like getting scared by a ghost and like, weak. That's a weak boo. I'm just not believing that boo.
For that blood, you piece of shit.
So this week is, as we all know, last Thursday, Age of Extinction came out. Now we're gonna be spoiling shit left and right. So if you do not want to be spoiled, now is the time where you back out of this show.
Wait, here's my thing.
This is the film.
It's been a week. If you haven't seen that fucking movie yet, then it doesn't really fucking matter. You shouldn't care about spoilers.
True, but if you do care, now's the time to back out.
And your mom's a whore.
Well, all right, that's harsh.
I got it out there.
Easy there, Joel from BTS. What the fuck?
If you hate spoilers, your mom's a whore.
Nasty.
Throwing it out there.
You hate spoilers. Your dad's a meth head and sucked the dude's dick for money.
Good grief! This thing is getting extreme.
That's $20 I ever spent.
Thug life.
I need an adult.
So okay, this is what. While we get started, Age of Extinction, obviously there's going to be a very spoiler heavy discussion. So I just want to get this out of the way. I love it when a feature film is made based on a popular franchise. The fans of the franchise instantly turn into fucking film buffs, literally overnight.
Are you talking about Resident Evil?
No, that, amongst other things as well, but I just find it fucking hilarious that this is what happens. Instantly, I have seen more posts about guys nitpicking CGI. Wow, I shut this one dude down because he made this post on in the cafe about, another thing that's dumb is when Lockdown's face turns into a gun. It's so fucking stupid, man. It's fucking dumb, dude. You stop sounding like someone who's obviously dissatisfied with the product, which you viewed, and you're entitled to your opinions because everyone knows the old saying, opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. So, but when you do nothing but go on and on about how bad a film is in different posts, you come across more as a kid that's pissed because daddy bought him a Mercedes-Benz and not a Bentley.
Well, don't worry about that because I actually, right before the show started, made a post in the cafe after the fucking millionth fucking AOE post that all these fucking stupid, whiny, irrelevant fucking posts, all fucking 60 of them are getting deleted as soon as we're done recording.
Fantastic, because that's just getting retarded. Like, I understand, like, you have guys who are known may have made third-party products or in the process of making certain things, sit there and make Facebook posts of this is the worst film out of them all. I want to sit there and ask everybody on this podcast right now, what were your expectations going into this? Because here's what's mine, okay? I have seen the first 3 films, okay? I'm not saying they're fucking Academy Award nominee-worthy pieces of art. I'm not saying they had breakthrough character performances that have me fucking longing for more and more of this shit. What I did see was they brought my fandom, they brought something I'm fanatical over to life on the big screen. And yes, it is not G1. That was fucking a given from the first fucking film. and it will most likely never be G1 because, like every other popular franchise that's brought as a feature film, it takes on its own continuity, with the exceptions of things like Star Wars and Star Trek as well. So, this is Bay's Transformers. You can't argue. You can't sit there and say you want G1 and go see Bay's Transformers expecting to see a heroic Optimus Prime. You're going to see a leader of an army that's fucking pissed that this war has lasted for years, has seen his friends fucking killed.
I ain't buying that.
Yeah, blow me, bro.
I ain't buying that. Because you can't have a 4 million year war and then get super traumatized over the events of the past 3 years.
Well, how do you know that traumatization wasn't being built over the years? That it's just finally acting out on all of it.
4 million years, I don't know, and that was the tipping point.
For the record,
wrong.
For the record, I'm not making excuses for this film, but when everyone sits there and goes, Optimus Prime saying, "I'll kill you," is not Optimus Prime. You're right. It's not your Optimus Prime. It's someone else's.
Yeah, but it's not even the first film's Optimus Prime. Do you know what I'm saying? That's my problem with these, is that like while it's all the same movie over and over and over again, every movie it's like they're starting over. It's like the Optimus Prime that's in this film is not the Optimus Prime from Revenge of the Fallen. It's not the Optimus Prime from the first film. It's just like they don't care. There's no consistency at all, with the exception of it being the same plot, an ancient secret, and global threat. My thing with this is that if you like the other movies, not you, Oscar, but to the listener, if you like the other movies, then you're gonna like this one, and if you don't, then you're not. To me, I thought I had nailed this thing down with saying that it's like porn. It's really fun to watch. There are some scenes you'd rather not watch, but the moment that they start going into the story, you lose all interest. Until I read that article that Gray found where the guy said it's like going to a high school graduation.
Yeah.
You sit there, you wait for your kid to get called up. Your kid in this movie happens to be the Dinobots. They get called up, you enjoy that part, then they're off and you don't like it anymore. You want to go home. And that is pretty fucking accurate, because that is how I felt. Now, I did like seeing the Dinobots. I did scratch a certain itch for me. I did enjoy that part of it. I found the movie to be enjoyable to watch, the same way I find porn to be enjoyable to watch. But I don't think it's a good movie personally by any stretch of the imagination. That's my, and I don't expect G1. Like I don't, my only hope I had with it. Let's be honest, I knew it was going to be what it was, but the only hope that I had is that with it being kind of a soft reboot, that we would get just a little bit something different, and it was just it's really just more of the same, minus the.
I don't think it's a reboot, man. After 5 years,
it's not a reboot. But I'm saying with the new cast of characters and everything, I was hoping there was going to be a soft, like they use the term soft reboot, like the X-Men First Class was kind of a soft reboot.
A soft reboot. They tied right back into the
main film line.
Continuity.
Right.
Good example, bro.
Well, the reason why that happened is because the soft reboot didn't work, but it was supposed to be.
And they managed to wipe out all the mistakes or whatever that were made before.
Well, that happened.
Great.
That happened.
Sorry.
When they were doing First Class, they were trying to start from scratch.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
But yeah,
I played both sides.
Go ahead. It's like I'm not the guy in the board saying, "Can you believe this piece of shit?" Because in all expectation, it was what I thought it was going to be, which is not good. But I'm not going to complain about it because I knew what I was getting into. But that's my feelings on it.
I saw the film. I enjoyed the film. I thought it was better than Revenge of the Fallen. I thought Dark of the Moon was okay when I watched it. It's not something I go back to see in the theaters again. No, absolutely not. I'll wait till it gets released on Redbox and then contemplate buying a DVD itself. But in the end, I think this film was, if anything, to me, was a fucking breath of fresh air, because I no longer have the human protagonist fucking doing nothing but yelling at the top of their goddamn lungs. But then again, you have people like Greg who make very valid points, like how much running can you do in a Transformers film?
Or car chases.
Exactly, because as far as I'm concerned, clearly everyone who interacts with these characters in these films are apparently Olympian level athletes.
Yeah.
When as much as they run, all the falls they take, they should be hospitalized and in a coma.
Even if they're nerdy scientist inventors.
Exactly, because when you have my wife, even my wife had to lean over and go, if this was like real physics, the way Optimus Prime caught that one girl, yeah, she should be dead.
It's like Gwen Stacy all over again. I thought that today. I rewatched it today just for this discussion, and like that whole scene, I was like, what? And then he catches her and slams her through a fucking truck.
Yeah, it's like she should be dead. Like the moment they went through that truck, like she should have like a fucked up neck. Her vertebrae should have snapped, and But then again, this is Hollywood, where they try to make the unbelievable obviously believable in one way or the other. So my thing is this: when I sit there and I hear someone instantly become a fucking film critic overnight, I want to sit there and comment, "What did you expect out of this?" I knew when I went in, I didn't know shit about Michael Bay when I saw the first Transformers film. Only thing I knew about Michael Bay was he made Top Gun. He was one of the first directors to help portray our American military at the time in a positive light. This is post 9/11 when everyone was like, super patriots and shit. I'll admit I went through my phase on that. Okay. That's all I knew about Michael Bay. I saw the first Transformer film and I was like, well, it wasn't great, but I'm kind of glad they're doing it because it's exposing more people to this franchise. But now we're 4 films in and it's like, it goes from, it's just, I'm tired of the old cliche. Everybody's a critic taking form nowadays on the fucking internet. But when your opinion stops being something like yours, Bobby, where it's like, hey, look, here's my opinion on it, blah, 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 blah. And it goes into more across the lines of, I need to post photos of a Generation 1 Jetfire being raped by a fucking velociraptor and talking about what Michael Bay's doing to my fucking... Watching what Michael Bay's doing in my childhood. Yeah, we all know who fucking posted that. And I just couldn't help but be like, oh, did you pull this from your fucking MySpace? But my God, dude, it just gets fucking pointless, dude. Like that whole phrase alone, raped my childhood, is just so fucking stupid and without fucking foundation alone of it even being a statement. It blows my goddamn mind. Just like when people gave Don Slott a world of shit for Superior Spider-Man. You're raping my childhood with what you're doing to Spider-Man. No, he's not. He's doing something to Spider-Man now. He's not taking something from the past and changing it around. You could go ahead and blame Joe Quesada for that shit. And this is it. That I'm convinced, like, after the second film, this is not my Optimus Prime, not my Transformers, but it's someone else's.
Yeah,
You understand?
I totally agree with that. However, my beef with that is that now it even seems inconsistent in and of itself. Where like my Optimus, like even though I've kind of come to terms with the Bay Optimus, like now he's somebody different too. And it's just like, but I guess, the truth is like that interview he said where he was like, like, what do you think about people's reaction, the negative reaction? He's like, they're going to see it anyway. So I guess like, the truth is the harsh reality of it is that everybody just needs to swallow before they cry too much, is that he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
he'll go back to his multi-million-dollar home while the rest of us go back to our small apartments or houses. If you're like Bobby, you live in a fucking mansion with a basement.
Oh, please. But like the thing is like he doesn't give a fuck. I mean, not only about our opinions, but he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck about the characters. He doesn't give a fuck. To him, I think that, like he comes from a music video background. He loves cars. He loves speed. And he just tries to orchestrate as much shit around that, in order to pull off those feats. Like, okay, I can get a car scene out of this, I can get a chase scene out of this, I can get a race scene out of that, and check. Where like the other things, like the Autobots going in to get Ratchet, like they're all fucking tanked up and beefed up, and let's fucking destroy all of them and get our friend. And then they go in, and they're like, never mind, let's just leave. Because the truth is that it wasn't about that in the first place. It was about how am I going to get Drift to jump out of a window, and how am I going to get this one to go up this way, and how, you know what I mean? Like,
how are we gonna introduce Galvatron?
There we go.
Right.
It's about.
Well, I was looking. I had a word in my head, and then I lost it.
Which it's called contrivance, plot contrivance. It's basically like my biggest beef about that too. The whole Galvatron Viacom ordeal. What a way to save money on special effects. Let's just make them cubes.
Mm-hmm.
See, I like that.
Broke my fucking heart.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
What I really liked about the live action films was the fact that whenever they put the work into it, you would see that Camaro or that long-nosed Peterbilt or Western Star, a company I never heard of till this film was being made, change from that vehicle to the robot, not go like, oh, brrr, now he's a robot, brrr, now he's a car. I never really bought that. I fucking hated that.
But in the hold on, Matt, just one thing, and then you can say whatever you want, because I really care about this. In the 86 or 87, whatever year it was, movie,
86.
You knew they were getting an upgrade. You know why? Because you saw some fucking green, the planet in space zapped them, and you saw some green fucking laser fucking netting and some tech and all that shit. And you know what I mean? You knew they were upgraded. You knew they were better than the other ones. And like in this movie, like you see all the like they're supposed to be upgraded, right? They're supposed to be the next generation of whatever. And if they're transforming into they're all explode for 15 minutes. No, wait. Which one exploded? Someone exploded when they fucking transformed. Oh no, that was Galvatron. Actually, did you notice that he turned into cubes and there was like 3 explosions in the fucking thing? I noticed that today.
Oh yeah,
but, like,
Bumblebee shot missiles.
They're like, damn, these guys are fucking like next generation. Like this is fucking. Like, this is different. I mean, I didn't say that. I was like, this is a bullshit fucking piece of shit movie. but
it's even
this movie's pile of dog shit. I could have done better with my handheld camera and my stop motion software.
Like that scene where Bumblebee fucking like shot all those rockets or whatever the fuck he shoots at Galvatron, and he explodes just to reform. Like he explodes and all the parts float up in the air, and then they just re-fucking form into a truck.
It's even
what just happened?
It's even less like it's even less Transformers with them breaking into those cubes and reappearing as robots elsewhere. Like it's even getting further away from what this thing of ours is supposed to be, in my opinion. And
you mean about how it was all fucking started by a monkey in space, and that one episode, Call of the Primitives? You mean what our fucking fandom's really based on? G1.
But I wouldn't say that our fandom is based on that. One, like the thing is based on things that transform into robots.
He transformed. He turned into a damn truck, and he turned into a damn robot, didn't he?
I don't know. Why would he ever turn into a truck?
What got me?
Why ever turn into a truck? What's the point?
Because he was supposed to look like Optimus Prime.
Yep.
But why?
To sell a fucking toy. That's what the fuck this shit is. You know what the fuck?
But I mean, I'm just
supposedly
right
supposedly the excuse in the film was they wanted a leader for their like little army of fucking Transformers to kind of look like Optimus Prime.
I get that,
but
why?
5 or 6 fucking times you didn't think, man, this is a bad idea. I should have known it was a bad idea downloading the fucking plans from the fucking enemy leader's head. But then after 5 or 6 times he turned into Megatron. Man, I should have just pulled the plug on this project.
I get that. But why would you ever, if you were a robot that could kick all sorts of ass?
I can.
And you could zip about as these little cubes.
I do.
Why would you ever turn into a truck?
For fun.
That's my question.
Because it was a nice looking truck, man. Shit.
Fuck yeah, just sell a fucking toy and just sell.
Because girls in bikinis.
That's all this movie is.
Just as long as no one can come up with a real legitimate answer for the plot, then
nobody will give you a real legitimate answer for the plot because again, like I said, I wasn't expecting something like Across the Writings of the Dark Knight or anything Nolan's ever fucking created.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Oh, that's
my turn.
Matt.
It's like don't go to a Godzilla movie expecting for groundbreaking.
Okay. I'm just gonna say I love the movie. I've seen it 3 times, and like Oscar says, I didn't expect anything. You gotta dumb it down when you go into those Michael Bay movies, and you're not gonna see a G1 movie ever unless someone that grew up with G1 makes the damn movie. So until that, I'm tired of hearing all the griping about it. If you didn't, for some reason, all this griping, but it still makes a lot of money. And every time I saw the movie, at the end, everybody was clapping. They stood up and clapped, and they liked the movie.
Matt, you're supposed to end it.
And I'm glad, because that means that more Transformers will be, made. And I'm saying I don't think if the movies would be shitty and they didn't make a lot of money, I don't think Hasbro would put out a lot of stuff anymore. I mean, Transformers might be in trouble. I think if the first one didn't do as good as it did, and the second and the third and the fourth one, Transformers might be in trouble. We'd have to rely on third party, which I know y'all would love to have that. But Hasbro puts out a lot of stuff on the lines. They don't put out one thing every other month. They put out a lot of stuff.
No, they could go a month without putting out something
every
new.
other month. How often do I buy one?
That's
every
true.
other month.
Anyway, the movie. What I liked is I love the Dinobots. I wish they would have spoke. I mean, what they did was pretty cool, and hopefully, be setting up for the fifth one. I hated the way they killed Ratchet. I thought that was messed up. Even my wife was like, "Damn," she got a little emotional. I was like, "Man, that's messed up." I didn't like the way they did the race car, or whatever his name was. Liftfoot. That was kind of jacked up. The human characters were good. I mean, I liked Mark and Mark. He did all right. The daughter, both the. Anyways,
I did it.
Yeah,
I'd hit the shit out of that.
I mean, the new characters was good. Drift, Crosshairs, they were good characters. I thought, they were good. I mean, I thought overall it was a good movie. I went and watched it 3 times, and I don't care. Every time I hear Prime speak, it gets, back of my neck here is really stand up, because just to hear Peter Cullen, like you said, Bobby, it is great to hear him talk. And Oscar Prime and Frank Welker did a great job, I think, as Galvatron.
Oh, you mean as G1 Megatron called Galvatron? Like I called it? I am the man for that, by the way.
But
that was actually more like Prime Megatron there, Oscar, but whatever.
It's the same shit. Yes.
Well, I think Galvatron's going to be a good character. Hopefully, for the next one, I hope they, emphasize more on him, which they will, and they'll give him some new, Cyclone and all that stuff.
What
was
got
good.
me? No, I'm sorry.
No, it's
Continue. Well, no, just real quick. I just want to throw this in there because we were talking about Galvatron, and you're a fan, and I like Galvatron, but it turns to a gun. I like how there was that whole big scene, and I've talked about this in the chat, and Bobby and I talked about it on the phone the other day, where he's like, "You have no soul." He's like, "That is why I have no fear. I'm the Batman." And then he spent like the majority of the end of the movie hiding.
Yeah. Well,
I am the Night Optimus Prime for justice.
Just a little bit back, Oscar said, I wasn't expecting it to be Dark Knight, and I can't argue with that, okay, because that's a good point. But
wait! I just had one more good Galvatron Batman quote. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
It's not how I transform that defines me. It's my action.
But however, I hate when people use the argument of what did you expect it to be? Schindler's List? It's like, are you a fucking moron right now? Like, is that it? Is that your only choices? You know what I mean?
What I said.
No, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about just in general. You got to have a fucking Oscar award, 8-time Oscar award-winning film, or an absolute piece of shit. That's your only choices. Where's all? What happened to the middle bit? Why can't something be fantastic and good, consistent?
There you go. Don't say that to us. Say that to the people. Well, obviously, you're doing that now to the people listening, and to the people that are part of those Facebook groups that only view these films in that way. It's not good. If it's not going to be good, it's going to be fucking bad. There's no in between on anything, dude.
But I
understand. I don't hate it. I don't hate the fucking film. I'm sorry to break hearts. I enjoyed it, but I'm not sitting there going, "Man, this was the most."
A lot of people enjoyed it because it's the first
ever
movie
fucking done.
It's the first movie this year that made over 100 million. I mean, I don't understand why are people bitching, but why does it sell so many tickets? Why does so many people go watch it if it's so bad? I don't think it's that bad of a movie. I mean, they're not stupid.
Why does Justin Bieber sell so many records?
Why? I mean, just because you like a movie and just because nobody else. I mean, just because it's not. What?
Why does Justin Bieber sell so many records? His music has to be good, right?
Evidently, it was. I don't like it.
The commercial success.
Justin Bieber.
Commercial success is not indicative of quality.
Okay, I'm not saying about that. I'm just saying. Well, then I mean, so you're just calling millions and millions of people stupid because they like to go watch a Transformer movie?
No.
Some people watch it. Watch a movie.
You have completely misconstrued what you're trying to say. Now, go ahead, Greg. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, they'll go pay for. They're not paying to go see Transformers. They're paying for Friday night.
Right.
They're paying to go with the Rose to go see some shit blow up. Look, when we left the movie, there were people clapping. Fuck yeah. There were people all the nerds were like, pff, and they got up and whatever. The people that were all into it were the guys that were in the bathroom and waiting in line for drinks weeks before the movie, like talking about like today was a good day, man. I broke 200 benching,
Right.
whatever. And then the people are like, man, that was fucking awesome. They walk by, they're like, oh man, you see that new Tom Cruise movie? Fucking up, shoot that fucking gun. It's just those kind of people. They're like action.
Where was the trailer of this premiere?
Of what premiere?
Of Transformers 4.
Oh, it's Super Bowl. Oh yeah. Sorry.
You know, that is the demographic that they're shooting for. They're not shooting for.
Well, I think that they fucking want this shit because they give me more fucking toys.
They're not shooting for the fanboy. But Matt, that's a separate argument. You can't argue your initial argument with a separate fucking argument. Yes, I agree with you. It's good that the films have commercial success so that it can drive the franchise forward and produce more product. I agree with you. So we don't have to talk about. We don't have to talk about that anymore because you and I both agree. Okay. Okay.
That is the proverbial dead horse right there.
But no, you're not just saying. You're not. You're
okay.
just not
The other
listening.
thing is, you can't make a G1 movie.
I have never said those words. I have never said I want this to be a G1 movie.
I didn't say you. I'm saying the people that are complaining on the boards most of the time are saying it's not a G1 movie.
Well, I think that they say that and they don't even know what that means. To be honest with you, because if you were to put the G1 episodes as movies, it would be weak because they were to appeal to kids at that age. And the only reason why that those cartoons are a little bit slicker is because the mom groups weren't involved with those cartoons during that age, so they could get away with a little bit more. And that makes them a little bit more cool, and it gives them a little bit more longevity. But now, you know, but the thing is now is that I don't want a G1 movie. I don't care. I could care less about that. You know, I'm okay with the Bayverse. I'm okay with them, you know, looking like insects and all that. Like, I've come to grips with that shit. I just want the fucking thing to make sense. You know, I want when Marky Mark is like, look, something's wrong with this Transformer. We got to fix it. And in order for me to fix it, I need you to go to town and get me these pieces. And then when the guy gets back, he's fixed it. Like, that's the type of shit that I'm
right, I understand. Yeah, it's got a lot of plot holes.
You know what I mean? Like
it's a big plot hole. That's all it is.
It's okay to take the movie. It's okay to say, like, look, this is going to be an action movie. It's going to have all the elements that an action movie needs. It's going to have a sexy girl. It's going to have explosions. It's going to have violence. It's going to have all of.
They're going to have an Irish professional driver who loses Irish accent a few times in the film.
Right. It's going to have all of these components, but the story itself is going to be solid, and it can be done. You know, like Marvel does it all the time. You know, DC has done it recently, with the exception of fucking Green Lantern. Like, you know, like there are.
Let's not start there, please. That was heartbreaking.
Yes, true indeed. But there are all. Can you believe that Jeff Johns was a fucking executive producer of that film? But there are tons of movies that do it. And just to say, well, it's a big action movie with transforming robots. What'd you expect for it to be good? Yes.
Well, yes. You ain't gonna get it from Michael Bay. I can just say that right now.
And you know, he's made some good movies. Bad Boys 2.
Yeah, I liked it.
Hey, I like the Bad
Rock
Boys
was good.
movies.
The Rock
Dude,
was
I love. Yeah, Rock was alright. I love when Martin Lawrence is on ecstasy in Bad Boys 2.
I like. Yeah. Hey, you ever make love to a man? No.
Yeah, but see, with that, you know, with those movies, you know, you're not taking a franchise from the '80s, you know, and making it. I mean, he just, like he said, he doesn't give a shit about the fans. He's not gonna fucking make a movie for the fans. And then, like you said, you're just got to come to grips.
And he doesn't give a shit about Transformers either.
No, he said it at the Hall of Fame.
I think the bottom line is this, okay? You're not going to get Michael Bay removed from that film franchise ever because he's already produced positive results.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay? You can start your petitions, and I'm speaking to you fucking retards in the Facebook groups and on the boards of having him removed from the Transformer franchise, and Hasbro's just going to go ahead and take it like they do with all your comments, complaints, and concerns and wipe their ass with it. And they're just going to carry on and not give two shits. Why? Because he's produced results. Serious, positive, money-making results. So guess what? Before you sit there, you lose sleep over nerd rage, talking about how this was a pile of shit or this movie was horrid. Do me a fucking favor and just wake up and just understand that there are more important things that affect your life rather than a movie that you consider to be absolute garbage.
Yeah, I agree with that. The thing is that, you know, you think the thing is that these producers at Paramount, they don't give a fuck about whether Optimus Prime is a hero or a fucking ruthless, murderous killer, vampire, monster. They don't give a shit. What they give a shit is that those fucking millions keep rolling in.
I do admit,
And
though,
selling
the
toys.
funny scene in that movie to me was when he shot and killed Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah, that was.
Because all I was like, Frazier, no!
I mean, I was like that. I'll be honest with you, like that was one of the most disheartening things about that movie to me. You know, that was like what Gary Chalk was talking about to me. Like, that's just not like
Kill them all.
Just nonsense.
Not only is it not the character that I know from G1, right? But it's not even the character that I know from the first Transformers movie.
It's not even the character from the comic book.
Right. It's just not.
It did serve a purpose, though. It did fill in a plot. It did satisfy something that was stated earlier in the movie. Because remember that whole thing where he's like, I swore to never kill humans, but the person responsible for this, when I find them, they will die. And they were actually tying up a loose end from earlier in the movie. They were actually making good on a promise, which, considering the movie we're talking about, that's
right. I hear you, but I'm not even good. I'm not even okay with that initial promise.
Oh, I know. But
like I said, it's not the prime. You know.
Did you see that?
But it's not, but my point, Matt, is that it's not even the prime I know from this franchise.
Well, like Greg said, he's gone through 3 films. You know, he's seen all this shit. I know he's been through 4 million years of other shit, but they don't. But this Michael Bay hasn't touched on that shit.
Yeah, he sat there. Look. You say tipping point. Thinking about it. Think about it.
Wait. No.
Hey,
the whole planet that they're from is ravaged in war. Their home planet. But one little battle in the city of Chicago, that was enough to do them in, huh?
No. Not the Battle of City of Chicago. It's what happened after the Battle of City of Chicago, where the people, they went ahead and sacrificed their own to help protect numerous times over the course of the last few years, turned on them and were hunting them down like as if they were the enemy.
And why didn't he just?
You understand?
Why didn't he? No, I don't understand, because why didn't he just use his space boots to get the fuck out of there?
Well, apparently because fucking Wizard said so. I'm quoting a movie reviewer, Confused Matthew, a guy who is a graduate and has a degree in film. He's and a degree in psychology as well. A very smart film reviewer, not just some guy who collects action figures and watches a movie and suddenly, bazinga, I'm a film expert. Please spare me. No offense to anyone on this podcast that takes that type of mental attitude, by the way. But the fact of the matter is, in the end, dude, that's just why. Look, yeah, he didn't fly in his space boots. Okay. Why? Because a fucking wizard said so. In the end, hey, look, he's got space boots. Why did he not use them ever? That's what that is, Bobby. It's a plot hole.
Would you not? I mean, would you not?
I'm serious.
It's
a fucking plot hole. That's all there is to it. And this film is ripe with them. But I watched it.
I'm sorry.
Sidney Poitier. It should have been voiced by Sidney Poitier. It fucking looked like him.
But what y'all think? I thought he was a pretty badass.
Or at least have him voiced.
Hold on.
What?
God damn it! Shut up.
Go play with Scoria.
Before we get off Optimus Prime, just real quick, I said this in the cafe to end a stupid argument, and I'm going to say it right now. It's not a matter of this or that. It's not a matter of this film sucked or blah 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 blah. It's not a matter of accepting this isn't G1 and blah, blah, blah. The thing is, I'm not religious, but assume I was. If I walked into a theater and sat down to watch a movie called The Bible, and then fucking Jesus Christ came out shooting machine guns and stepping on puppies, am I supposed to accept it just because it's a different continuity?
Right.
No.
It's about being true.
Not saying it's not cool. That's pretty fucking badass. Fucking stepping on puppies, shooting machine guns, fuck yeah.
Right.
Jesus Christ, you have killed my dog. Go to hell.
That doesn't mean I have to like it. So to say that like fucking G1 fans can't get over this and Bay fans can't get over this, that's not the argument. It's that it strays from the source material that's important and so the fan. And so just to say that you're wrong or you're wrong or you're wrong or you're wrong, I mean that's stupid. That's
well put. That's well put. That is it's about
See, now next time I try to fucking talk, don't me like a fucking rabid chihuahua. Just hear me out.
I mean, I knew y'all were going to give me shit for watching the movie, but, like I said, not shit, but I'm just saying, y'all were going to haggle me about, because I like it. And I know Oscar likes it too. But, I was the one that was, excited for it, probably the most. I won't say that. Okay, I take
I wouldn't say that.
That was wrong. But I'm saying I was.
I was excited for it too.
Yeah, I was too. Matt,
that's why I said I'm taking it back. Damn.
No, one of the first one-on-one conversations Bobby and I ever had started with, so are you cringing for this coming summer, or are you one of the ones that say that he raped your childhood?
Right.
And that's how our conversations started. Like, no, I'm not one of the ones that say he raped my childhood because that's physically impossible. You know, I don't feel like my childhood memories were freaking destroyed. Why? Because I got them on DVD. I could always relive them.
Right.
That's true.
You know, this is
I take it all back. I'm sorry. I'll get back in my corner again.
so.
No.
But hey, Matt, Lockdown was hands down one of the best parts of the movie.
I agree.
Oh, yeah.
That is one sexy ass car.
And Lockdown's character was consistent
is a
to
nice
himself.
I would have loved to have seen him voiced by Morgan Freeman. Optimus Prime.
I would love to see him actually would have lived through it and actually been in the next one. But you know,
Yeah.
I mean, there's still a chance.
How are you going to end a Michael Bay movie if it doesn't involve heart stabbing and face ripping?
Right.
I mean, not really.
But I mean, like, you know, Megatron is having to Megatron over and over again. He seems to be all right. You know, I think that Lockdown was exceptional. I think he was well done. Like, his character was cool. It was, you know, they developed him a little bit. You know, he seemed to be true to himself.
It's a sexy car too, like Oxford said.
Optimus Prime, you think you were born? You were created.
Was JFK voicing fucking Lockdown now?
What you got, Antoine?
I was going to say, why did they portray Drift as a triple changer in the movie?
Just
because the wizard said so. We just covered that earlier.
Yeah, because
maybe if you weren't watching TV on your first episode back,
Antoine. Unfortunately, the reason
I was listening. I didn't get to it.
Unfortunately, Antoine, the reason is, and I quote, I'm just quoting myself, but this is the reason: because we fucking can.
Yeah.
You know, that is the mind state over there. It's like,
which they should have done was just redeco a fucking Springer figure and call it Drift.
You know,
hey, did y'all not go buy the Beats pill whenever he made that into? Because I did.
Well, I love
the pill when he makes the Beats pill and it shows.
No,
I went and bought one because he did that.
Right? Yeah, there was.
Oh yeah, that's a fucking product.
Yeah, there's a lot of that in there. That's been the whole thing, though. I mean, we've had Xbox bots.
Like when you crack a car, it's like, oh, I know, it's horrible. Oh yeah.
But like, you know, the thing is
label out, Mark. Label out. You got it, babe.
Here's another thing, like the Dinobots. Like that movie is the same movie with or without them. Like they literally don't affect the movie whatsoever.
What?
Oh,
they were done in that movie.
First thing I'm going to do, Optimus Prime, is take you back to your creators and enjoy a nice hot cup of Folgers coffee.
I don't understand why they didn't talk. Why couldn't they just say, I wanted to hear Grimlock?
They did
so
talk.
bad.
They just spoke caveman douche. It was like...
Because
I mean, what would
I
they have
didn't
to
think
say?
it was badass when fucking
because after
or Snarl.
I know
like
what.
Slag.
Actually, I have a real answer for you, Matt.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready for it.
Okay. Well, let me just say that when Slag jumped up and bit that fucking ship down, that was pretty badass.
Slag was awesome in it. Slag was my favorite one in it.
Yes.
Scoria.
Yes, Scoria. When Scoria jumped up and bit that plane down, that was pretty cool. What'd you guys say, Gary?
I was just gonna say after $999,999,999, that $1 that Greg Berger needed to come on and voice Grimlock for a second, they just
couldn't spare it.
Would that not? Would y'all not fucking got chubbies if he did that? If that would have happened,
that would have been great.
But I knew it wasn't gonna happen.
And the other thing is that I love how, like, Optimus Prime, freedom is the right of all sentient beings. Unless I need to enslave some Dinobots to get a fucking job done around here.
Yeah, I know. I need to threaten them.
My family.
Oh God!
Protect my family.
And they didn't even call them Dinobots. I was like, fuck.
Yeah. Although, you know what? I will give them this. I will give them this much. When it came to the design of them, all of the Autobots, for the exception of, you know, that retard Bumblebee, had humanoid faces. It was no longer like, you know, hey, Hound looks like a dog, you know, like a sad little puppy.
Fuck Hound. Hound was fucking awesome.
And freaking, you know, or like Sideswipe when he had that fucking kitty face, you know, like, has anyone seen Sideswipe? I'm taking a shit here in the beach. I'll be right back. Let me cover my turds up with sand.
That's what
I give them credit on that. The one that looked the worst, ironically, is kind of my favorite figure, which is Drift, because that helmet just looked like really, really bad CGI. Like, it just looked like, hey, we're going to fuck with some mercury and Photoshop it gold, and we'll call it a face. Because that's what killed me about Drift.
I told Bobby, and
I thought John
this is
Goodman
kind of
was
separate.
Perfect for Hounds.
One of my favorite parts about this movie, and this is the sad part, was seeing Brains. Like Brains saved the movie for me.
Oh god.
He
Is
was
that
pretty
pathetic?
awesome.
That is pretty
Yes.
bad.
Did y'all not like Hound? I thought Hound was pretty good.
Dude, I did not. I mean, I think that Hound's a badass. It's just that I don't know who. I mean, I talked about this. Like, my thing is like, if you're such this badass dude, where the fuck have you been? And
Where have any of these people been? I mean,
well, that's their thing. Is it's a revolving door, but it's like you seem like you're the fucking muscle of this crew. They could have used you. And the other thing is just that whole kill 'em all mentality. Like, I'm just that's just that
it's
doesn't
a new Autobot. That's
that
what
doesn't-
it is. It's just a new Autobots.
that doesn't appeal to me.
Yeah.
That doesn't appeal. To me.
I liked Hound. I thought John Goodman was perfect.
But did you like
almost looked like
Lockdown, Bobby? Did you like the way ice cold Pepsi refreshed your throat in the theater? As I take Optimus Prime and the Knights of Cybertron
I
to
think
wherever.
Lockdown. It's a new
I'm more like fucking Hannibal Lecter now than you do.
That is a little bit of handle creep in there.
So,
What were you saying, Antoine, about Lockdown?
Father Beans.
I said Lockdown. It's a new Red Skull.
Well, not only that, but it's like one of my beefs was like all the characters are like stereotypes. Like Drift is obviously a stereotype, and fucking Hound is like all American, and
America.
and then like the Outback the guy from Australia.
Oh God,
like,
yeah.
it's like they're all just stereotypes.
The worst part is that was Bender from fucking Futurama. The same guy who voiced Bender.
Oh, really?
From Futurama voiced Crosshairs.
Or Jake the Dog from Adventure Time, a superior show.
Yeah. Or even the best one yet. Like, if you ever wonder what Jason Statham would sound like if he smoked like 3 cartons of Newport 100s in a box, that was the voice of Crosshairs. Like, I'm really proud of going with this. And my shocking thing though was I was able to understand the dialogue here because whenever they would fight in the other films, it's always like,
Very
like they chilled out on that. So
Speaking of voices, so Stinger, right? I'm assuming that's supposed to be Starscream, yet they didn't allude to it. Other than the fact that it was Starscream and Megatron's heads. He says one line in the whole fucking thing, and I think it was just nonsense. I went back and listened to it like 6 times. When he shoots
shot
the
the
shit down,
rockets. Yeah.
what it sounds like he says is take the stairs. Which is, I hope that's not what he's saying. Like, take the stairs. And then he shoots it. But that's what the fuck it sounds like.
That's
oh, it still sounded better than what Starscream sounded like in the other films. Boy.
Hey, he
That's
sounded like
Tasmanian
Cobra
Devil
Commander
fucking-
from G.I. Joe Renegades. That's pretty good.
Hey, G.I. Joe's getting a new cast of people.
I saw
Yay.
Oh, they're
they
making another movie. I thought Hasbro gave up on them. I mean, they didn't even go to JoeCon. For the love of God.
Yeah.
It's because it's in Texas. That's why I fail. So, yeah.
So I think that pretty much wraps up our movie.
So, seriously, out of 5 stars, what is everyone's rating?
That's a good question. Go ahead, Matt. Give it
4.
4.
Antoine?
What was that?
Antoine, out of 5 stars, how many stars do you give it?
At 3.
I give it a 2.
I give it a
I
3.5.
I mean, I enjoyed the movie. I didn't go in there with any expectation about it, but I just think like something like all the swords that was in the ship didn't give any background about it. It was like some
They're never gonna get background. Come on now.
And, Antoine's Facebook feed is sounding a lot like those idiots in those other Facebook groups. Like, lol, I'm gonna kill them all. Lol.
Backgrounds.
No, that was cool though.
The backgrounds are all the
Prime.
same. It's just because.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's not
everybody
the best.
wanted.
That's why.
Everybody
why does
wanted
your
a
sword
darker
turn into a
Optimus
gun?
Prime.
Just because.
What'd you give it, Greg?
Greg gave it a 4.
Maybe give it a 4.
Oh, he did? No, he didn't.
No. I was just.
He
I was
said he
talking
knew I was
about
gonna
that.
say 4.
You know what? Considering I went in there with no expectations, I knew it was going to suck. I still paid $22 fucking for us to go see it. I sat in a really comfortable chair. I had my feet up. I had a really good buzz because we had a bunch of drinks before we went. I had a pretty decent looking girl with her head on my chest the whole time. I give it a 2. I give it a 2 out of 5.
That's what I gave.
Actually, I take it back. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 5 out of 5 because A, I was on my honeymoon when I saw it.
Right.
B, I was with my new wife.
You now bring your wife up.
Oh.
Yeah, well, she's in the room.
Honeymoon.
Well, actually, you guys, I've told you the story
I wasn't
1,000
trying
times.
to objectify you.
The first time that we that I saw Transformers and we were so fucking pumped for like the premiere of the first movie, and my wife put her hand on my leg and said, "I'm sorry." Halfway through. Well, this time I got to go with her again. I don't think we've seen any of the other ones together in the theater, just as fate would have it. Greg, you're killing me right now.
I'm sorry.
I don't think we've seen any of the other ones in the theater, just as fate would have it. And like this time, like we were watching it, and like halfway through, she looked at me and she was just like, she was like, she just said, "You know what time it is?" And I was like, "Yeah." She said, "I'm sorry."
Unzipped your pants and
she didn't have to apologize for that.
You know what time it is.
She doesn't have to apologize for that. All right. So anyway, shout outs for the week. Definitely want to thank Phil for coming on and talking about tf-expo. And if you're in that Midwest area of America that I always forget exists, feel free to definitely. It seems. I mean, it's a weekend show for Transformers, and I got news for you, Jack. There's not a lot of them out there.
Yeah,
so,
pretty much.
It could definitely use the support. And just remember, every buck that goes to them is a buck that's not going to BotCon. So that's a good thing. And outside of that, we definitely want to shout out Dub K as always for all your third-party and official needs, and Iamratchet for all of your G1 needs, and
Target Master Scourges, Matt.
How about you? And with that being said, T2RX6, I want to give him some special bit of love. He is not on the show, but he is also recording the show. Just there's a lot of dedication in this group. We all work really hard. We appreciate it.
I got one too. I got one too.
Okay.
I don't want to say too much. I don't want to get too deep into things, but one of our podcasting brethren, Scott Blunkhold from GMC, is going through some pretty rough times right now. I don't want to say too much because I don't know too much, but like it or not, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't all be together right now. So
absolutely,
everybody send him some good thoughts and maybe a message here or there if you can, and I don't know.
Our thoughts are with the Moore family.
Yep. Go for you.
Also, what did I want to say? We just want to say we've been getting a lot of love on Twitter and a lot of love on Facebook and everything else, and we're happy that what we're doing is creating passionate people about it. Like, people either seem to love the show or hate it, and that's kind of where we want to be. So to those that love it, thank you, and to those that hate it,
thank you.
Die.
Also,
yeah, fuck you.
And Oscar, go ahead and take us out of here.
So, as always, be sure to check us out on Facebook, on facebook.com/ShatteredCast Uncut. Any questions, comments, or concerns regarding the show, you can go ahead and email us. If you don't know how to work the private message setting on Facebook, good Lord, that's easy enough, surely. Be sure to send us emails at shatteredcastonline@gmail.com. As always, be sure to also check out our blogspot.shatteredcast.com. That's run by our very own Greg Ford Mercy. And always check us out on Twitter at ShatteredCast. And am I missing anything else? No, I don't think so. So hold on.
Oh yeah, that's right. Go ahead. We're on Stitcher and Player FM now as well.
Yes.
That's thanks to Antoine. Good looking out.
All Antoine's work right there. So as always, for myself, Skullface, Greg for Mercy, Mega 81 Deluxe, and T2RX6, the Sinister Six, I want to tell you and yours, take care of yourselves and each other. And my God, I'm waiting for it.
You've been shattered.
I just jizzed on my keyboard. We're out.
Good job, Antoine.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up?